Unfiltered Brothers is on Patreon. Be sure to become a member and show your support for the podcast. Your support will help us invest in our business to help the podcast grow and expand our brand. There are 3 tiers you can choose from. Get early access to the audio and video a day before the episodes are available on streaming services and YouTube. Be the first to know about special announcements and get access to exclusive episodes or content. Also, 10% of tier 3 will also be donated to a charity of our choice at the end of each year. So thank you in advance. Now back to the episode.
And welcome back to another episode of You Reaching or Teaching, where we talk about hoops on and off the court, from my hometown to across the water. I am one of your hosts, Derek, and I have my co-host with me, Aaron, and we have some special guests with us. I'm gonna introduce them a little later, but if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead, hit the like button on the video, hit the subscribe button to the channel. If you listen to this, go ahead, hit the go ahead, give us a rate and review on whatever streaming platform that you listen to this on. But we have a full house tonight, well, full computer, however way you want to call it. We have first, welcome back to the episode. We have my boy Q back with us. What's good, my boy? Applause going for you. Get some applause going for you. And we got some first time guests on the episode. We had some on the live, but we have first time guests on the episode. I'm gonna go ahead, let my boy Polo give a little intro to who he is, and just what he do.
What's up, y'all? My name is Polo, or Stephon, depending on who you talk to. I'm a sports creative content for the collegiate athletics and hopefully professionally soon. Any job openings, please send it to my DM at stxph.as on Instagram, because your boy need a job.
That's a fact. And we have BlerdImages joining us for this episode.
Yo.
So, give them a little intro about yourself, my boy.
I'm gonna keep it short, but on my Instagram page, talk about movies, TV shows, politics, little shit in the black community, but that's it. Follow my Instagram. It'd be crazy. Crazy.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow him, man. Show that support. How y'all boys feeling tonight, though, man?
Good, bro.
Good.
Look, it's I did want to start some mess. Q, I seen you. I seen you back in the gym. Both of us back in the gym and everything like that. Everybody getting right. You know what I'm saying? Summertime is here. You know what I'm saying? Summertime is here. We got to get right. Polo, I seen you do pictures and you do video too.
I can. It's not what I would like to do, but I can.
Gotcha.
Photos.
The basketball world been going crazy with these ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, Q, if you want to lace them up one more time, man,
I knew it was coming.
I could come to the wood, you know what I'm saying? Pause on that, but I could come to the wood and we could get some crack.
Let's run it back. Last time you got me. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna cap. You got me. I was out of shape then. I'm on a treadmill now.
Look, I'm on the treadmill almost every day trying to get my stamina back up, boy.
Listen, got to, bro. I'm so out of shape. Or I was so out of shape, bro. I'm slowly getting it back. But yeah, man, whenever. End of the summer, though. Give me to the end of the summer.
I got you. All right, that's a bet. Oh, see, I don't know. You might not want to do that because I'm getting right. I'm getting right.
Hey, I'm working on it. I'm working.
That's a bet. I don't Aaron, I know you say you had some stuff to get off your chest. Is that doing one of the segments or you got something separate that you
let me say it right now. Let me go and say it right now. People have been messaging me, talking to me, about my recent post for the Unpopular Arena, and I'm still gonna stand on that. Ray Sherman is better than Migos. I'm still gonna stand on
Go crazy, man. Drop a bomb, bro. Go crazy.
I see where you coming
I
from.
knew I'm going crazy, yo. I knew I'm
Nah, you
You
tripping.
see where he going?
I see where you coming from.
Yes.
Man,
Thank
no,
you,
you
Steph.
don't, bro. You
Thank
Stevie
Not
Wonder
to
to the
sell-
bullshit,
come
bro.
on.
Like,
Nah.
She'll want to be a freak no more. She'll want to be a freak.
and this is no disrespect to Ray,
For sure.
but
For sure.
bro, No Label 2 is crushing
I told him in that group
everything.
chat that.
Nah.
Yes.
No Label 2 and
No Label 2 is
Culture.
crushing.
Culture 2 is all they got. Culture 3 was
Stop.
ass. Culture
Stop.
1 was decent.
And then you don't want to. Nah, stop.
We're
You
not
don't
talking about
wanna throw in
mixtapes.
the
We're talking
Young
about
Rich
albums.
Nigga
We're talking about
mixtapes in there.
albums.
You don't want to throw the Young Rich
We're not
Nigga
talking about
mixtapes in
mixtapes.
there.
We're talking about albums.
It
We're
don't
talking
matter.
about
You talking about
albums, not
catalog.
mixtapes.
We're talking about catalog. So if you better, you better.
That's the
Music is
thing.
music.
It's a whole discussion if mixtapes do or don't count because we talking about mixtapes. Future got so many mixtapes that would
You
put
got
him in top 10 that we don't talk about.
And that's fine. Future
Bow Wow got so
overall
many
is-
mixtapes that we don't talk about. Like
And
so,
shouldn't, and we shouldn't talk about it.
Bow
You say-
Wow.
hold on. Did
And
you
we
say Bow
shouldn't
Wow?
talk
Oh,
about
wow.
no, he does. I'm not saying it to like big him up. I'm just saying like for the sake of it, like
Okay.
they have them. Like so many. You know how many mixtapes? Goddamn Ty Dolla $ign got with
You
both
talking about-
singing and rapping.
You right.
Like,
we
the
talking about
mixtapes
two
made
groups.
Wayne
We talking
probably
about
the
two
GOAT.
groups,
So Aaron, that's a tough take, Aaron. Like
bro.
I'm
And it
I'm only a little bit older, but me and Derek, like that was
Bro.
college, bro. Like
Bro.
Migos
that was college
bro.
for me too.
college.
bro,
Damn, y'all old.
bro.
That
Migos
was that was it.
Like Ray
And it's
Sherman and
not-
Migos was
and it's not-
junior year of high school through sophomore year of college for me too.
and it's not just about popularity. Them niggas can't rap with them.
True.
Them niggas
Migos
cannot
can't
with
rap
them.
in general.
Oh,
But
Mama.
what is Ray Sherman though?
Ray Sherman can rap.
Bro, take off.
I'm not
They
saying
can
they the
rap.
greatest.
RP
rap.
I'm
take
just saying
off.
they better.
yeah, RP
RP take off. Take off.
Yeah,
RP
Takeoff was the best
Takeoff.
rapper out of all of them.
Any of
Quavo
them.
really can't rap like that. And Offset, it depends on the beat.
And then
It really does.
only-
Quavo made the hooks. They were
I'm about to
perfect
say
with
the
that.
only debate you can have is Sway Lee and Quavo
Mhm.
with the hooks.
Yeah.
That's a fair debate though.
Quavo got a
with
lot
both
of
of them. That's a fair debate with both of them though. But I'm still
Quavo
standing
got
on what
a
I
lot of
said.
Oh,
I'm still
but-
standing on what I said,
Kobe.
man.
Look,
But we not. I mean, and I'm not Offset too. I mean, he not the best one, but that mixtape he got with 21 Savage.
21 carried that.
All right, bro.
I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass.
Hoop talk.
21
We get
carried it.
some hoop talk.
21 carried it.
Look, man. Look, we got cups and he over there drinking water, but I think he got something else in there. I think he got something else in there, man. 'Cause
No,
that
it's
boy-
just water and ice.
That boy tweaking, man. But it should look the energy high, man. So it should be a good conversation for this episode, man. Talk a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have no WNBA talk for this episode for y'all. So you got something? You got something? Q?
Y'all seen the Caitlin Clark and them got the scrapping?
Yeah, her Barbies got teeth.
I love it. I love it.
Look,
A hot take. Paige Beckers, if she don't tear her ACL twice, would have been a bigger women's athlete than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a great player, great offensive player. I
I
think
see why you say
she's a
that.
better overall complete player.
I think you're right. I agree. But I think Caitlin would still be a superstar just because her Steph-like
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when she first came back, she hit those 3 threes from like half court. So she was.
Yeah.
I think she was still going to be the biggest superstar out of that whole class, regardless. But Paige is
I'm
she
gonna
a
be
problem
honest.
too.
I think the only thing
Juju
Paige
gonna be better than both of them.
Oh, Juju,
I agree wholeheartedly.
Juju just gotta get stronger. That's just her only thing. She gotta get stronger. That's just
I
it.
think the young lady from Notre Dame gonna be nice too.
The
Oh,
point
the one with the
guard.
goggles.
Which one? Which one? The
She
point guard or
transferred,
the
She
like the
transferred
four?
though. She at TCU or something like that.
Yeah, she at TCU right now.
Real?
Yeah.
I know
They hope
Yeah.
both of their star players transferred out. I'm pretty sure.
she nice.
I think.
nice
No, I think
too.
she was the only one. I think she was the only one.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Still crazy.
Yeah.
No, one of them went to NC State.
Ooh,
One of them went to NC State.
Damn, I ain't peeped that.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep
Damn.
up with women's college hoops, man. That's That's my thing a little bit. Watching these women's college hoops, been all right.
It's fun working for it too. Seeing the inside scoop is second to
Yeah.
none.
Who you working for?
I worked for Longwood, but like my the coach
true.
came from the University of Florida, so she at the
Yeah.
at the highest heights. So like hearing her insights, like damn, I didn't even think about that. It's cool. So hopefully I get one of those big school, like working for like a Florida or a UNC or a, any other Power 5 school out there. To be honest,
Is it some insight you can share on the pod, like what you've been like learning from working with them?
I ain't gonna lie. I think women players are better skilled than men.
Oh,
You're not the first. I had a lot.
yeah,
of
you're not wrong.
I don't disagree with
Yeah,
that.
that's
But
Yeah, I
because
don't
like
disagree
just
with that.
practicing with like at Longwood's level practicing with them, yeah, but they being a practice, they would bust her ass. I was like, I can only imagine what the people that have the right facilities and the able to bring in those big names. They might
yeah.
be practice players hell.
Hey,
Man, they gotta
look,
be more
all I
skilled.
gotta
They're
say,
not
But
I was
athletic.
giving my girls
Right.
buckets when I was playing.
There you
Look,
go.
you stupid.
There you
Look.
go.
I was too. I was too. But because I was on the women's and the men's practice team, so I got the chance to practice with both of them, and the record might not show it, when it comes along with women's basketball, but they hoop
They
like
do.
Yeah.
in my
They do.
class, you had the Ebonies, the Autumns, the Michaelas, man, like what's her name?
I said then with me you had
Jada,
Jada. Then with me you had Dana, Kyla,
Dana,
and
yeah, like you had
Kyla,
some hoopers.
I'll say women have no choice but to be skilled.
at
They
facts,
have no choice.
facts.
Because they can't rely on athletic
Yeah.
ability.
Literally.
Yeah.
They don't
You know
got
what I'm
no
saying?
265, 6'8" woman
Mhm.
coming down the court.
Nah,
They
not
evolving
yet.
though. A lot of them can bang. There's a more women that can bang out now. They like it's very common to walk into a gym and see a
Yeah.
woman bang out, but they
And
don't.
volleyball players could dunk, man.
They don't.
Yeah.
But
They
some of them
be,
don't even be 6.
bro,
Some of them be like 5'11". I'm like, damn. I need to
their
get my money
vertical is
up.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Volleyball women vertical be crazy.
They playing the
Yeah.
wrong sport, yo. I swear.
Yeah.
to
Did
For real.
Like
Did,
Polo,
number-
you saw the VCU women's volleyball team?
Yeah, number 5.
She athletic as fuck. I know
She
exactly what
can
you're talking
dunk.
about.
She could dunk.
I bet.
Oh, I misspoke. It was a girl from UConn that transferred to NC State.
Wow.
UConn? You transferred from UConn?
She one of them.
NIL, bro.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Yep. That's a whole nother episode.
Nah,
Did the number 2 pick, did she is she still in Seattle? Like, did she come over or from overseas? The one that
Yeah, but they don't be giving her no burn.
hey, that's the issue.
The second overall
Fair
pick
enough.
don't get no
But that's
burn.
the thing about the W, bro.
That's
like, even
wild.
though they just added another team, bro, like they don't give first year players
A
a
chance.
chance for real, bro. You got lottery picks that be getting waived off the team, like cut off the team. Like they don't give these people chances to play for real. If you're not like the star, like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and all of those type players, you may not see the floor. And it's crazy that she's not getting playing time, bro.
yeah.
The number
Like,
2 overall pick is not getting burned.
And
Like
she's
that's
talented. Watching her
Bro,
her
and she
game.
dunk with ease. They
She's
called her the
smooth.
female Wimby.
She's smooth. She's smooth.
She
too.
is. She
She's
nice,
freaking
man.
no
She
burn.
nice.
Crazy, yo.
That's
That's
wild. Yeah, the W got to do better. I haven't really been watching it lately because of work and everything like that. But I mean, I think they in the Commissioner's Cup right now, if I'm not mistaken.
How y'all feel about that new league with dang, what's Tarasi, all of them that the how I feel about I think it's a great idea, but it sucks.
Rival,
Rival.
Unrivaled.
I
it's
think
like a women's big 3.
I fuck
Yeah.
with it.
sort of I fuck with it too, but thing is, it could be so much bigger if one woman who women got to play all 4 years before they can even be eligible.
Yep.
They got to graduate in order to make it to WNBA. If they can change that rule,
That's
to
what I'm
allow-
saying.
I didn't know that.
They need yeah. Women got to stay all 4 years.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I think it's either all 4 years or you got to be at least 21 or 22.
Yeah.
You gotta be 22.
So at that time, most people like I might as well just stay the whole
Essentially,
4 years.
Yeah, you gotta be 22.
And then we talked about it before, but with the NILs now, like
Yeah.
motherfuckers staying in it, they gonna stay that 5th year. They
Probably
gonna
a
stay there
6.
for a get money.
Motherfucker trying to stay to their 30s.
I swear to God.
Listen,
I mean, personally, Blerd, all 4 of us know someone from our university who's still playing college basketball right
You ain't
now.
talking about Jeter, is you?
No, Jeter not playing. I'm talking about
Oh, I'm
Juan.
about to say.
He
oh,
finished,
it's
though.
no
He
way. It's
finally
no way.
finished.
about to
It's no
say
way.
He's
Jeter.
still in
Oh,
Hawaii, bro. He's still in Hawaii playing
It's
college
no
ball, bro.
way.
Year 12.
Year
Oh,
12.
no.
Year 12.
Listen, I'm class of 2016. I promise you, Juan was on the team at Longwood when I was at Longwood.
Yes.
Same.
Or
Class of 22.
shortly thereafter, in case Juan see this, or shortly thereafter. I don't want to be incorrect. Juan been in school a long time, bro.
I swear to God. That's a fact,
He
bro.
living though.
Can't hate, though.
If I can get a free money, go hoop.
Here's the
I can't
thing.
hate on that shit. It's fucked up, but I can't hate.
That's
Nah,
what
I can't
that's what
hate
I'm
neither.
saying too. I don't want to sound like a hater, but it's like, bro, go home. Like, go start a family,
What if he
bro.
wants to get his doctorate, bro?
Bro,
Like,
go start
Bro,
a
he
family.
gotta have two. He gotta have two at this point.
Y'all see
Bro.
the Miami football player? Like
Yeah, he like 29.
I was like,
Yeah.
but after about two or three, like I turned my ACL and the kid, like I'm just like, yeah, I think God don't want me playing this sport no more. I don't.
He did.
I
He
don't
really
think
did
so.
9 years. He really did 9 years
9 years, bro. But like,
of college football. Imagine walking into a college party at 38 years old. Like,
nah, I ain't gonna say it.
Look, I didn't want to
I
even
ain't
walk
gonna say
into a college party at 24. I damn sure ain't walking into a college party at 29, 30.
That's
hot
what I'm
ass
saying,
shit.
bro. Like,
He walk up
motherfuckers,
in there,
like,
who daddy is this?
that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers in there ain't no older than 20, probably. Like,
yeah.
like the majority of the people in there is like 19, 18 still. Like,
Shit,
fresh
that's
out of
per-
high school. Like, no.
That's perseverance, though, I guess.
Nah, hell no, nigga.
Oh, that's just
That's
stubborn.
that's
That's
no
got-
career goals, no aspirations. That's what
Hey.
that is, bro. Like, why are you?
Yeah, you taking up a roster
Of course,
spot, baby.
like
Yeah.
you physically is better. Like, you got the advantage over these kids, bro. Like, go home. Like, what
But
are you
that's the thing.
doing?
He didn't even get. I mean, I saw him play. He was decent. He didn't even get drafted though, but he did get picked up by the Patriots as a scout, which is ironic as hell because he watched so much college. He been on the game for so long.
Hey, look, and I ain't gonna talk about OG, but I seen that one person Master P got for New Orleans University, motherfucker, like 27, like 28. Like, I think he had graduated high school or something, but he had went to jail for a few. Now he back in college or some shit like that. He a bucket, but for that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know what Master P got going on over there.
You gotta stop, bro.
I don't know what he got going on over there, but he tweaking. He tweaking out. I don't like you said. I don't want to sound like a hater, but niggas gotta go, bro. Niggas gotta go. But I mean, if you making that money, like they offering you $1 million, shit, go for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to that. Not say no to
Sit on the
that.
end of the bench and get the youngins advice. But be Udonis Haslam first at the college level. That's what.
Right. Literally. Right.
That's gonna be the new saying right there. The Udonis Haslam of college. Nah, you can't be Udonis Haslam and still sit on the bench for 9 years. That's
True.
I mean, what did
crazy
UD do
work.
for the past 5 years? Played 10 minutes total.
That's
Well. Yeah.
He got that one dunk in the game. And that's it.
Yep, that was about it too. That was about it. But let's go ahead and get to some of these topics. First I want to start off with a question for you all. So I seen recently that they were saying teams are uncertain about Ace Bailey, who is projected to be a top 3, top 5 pick in this upcoming NBA draft, and he's pretty much declined all the workouts with the teams within that range. of his draft pick. So what do y'all think about NBA draft prospects not working out for teams?
Smart.
Do you think that's gonna hurt their stock, or it depends on the player?
I think as you see, like what Shador, like ain't no way Shador should have fell to the 5th round if you ask me. So I think those type of, because he skipped combine and all of that and ended up in the 5th round. So I think it's not gonna. The player's still gonna get drafted, but he ain't gonna get that top pick and ultimately get the money that go with being a top 3 pick. So I think it's gonna start hurting them, and I think they're probably gonna use him as an example, just how they use Shador as an example. Like nobody's bigger than the program. Um, I hope I don't know why you would skip, like you at the final stage. Like I don't see why you would skip unless you got like an injury or something that you're trying to come back from that they don't know about. I could see that, but I don't see why you would skip, because that's another potential team that's gonna give you life changing money. I mean, he already got life changing money with this NIL stuff. So that's why I think it's really having that NIL money got people thinking
They
out
bigger
their
than what they
mind.
are.
Yeah, they already bigger than what they are.
Can I
Because
add
one
to
thing,
Polo's point
I
real quick?
disagree.
yeah,
I
Oh
disagree.
no, you go ahead, Blur. I can wait.
Okay. He's not the first to do that. I think
Definitely
Gilbert
not.
Arenas said he didn't work out or something like that, or it was some lottery pick that he was working out with another lottery pick. He said no because he didn't want to hurt his draft stock. If I'm projected top 5 and like people really believe I'm top 5, I probably wouldn't work out too. What you want me to prove?
That's
If I
fair.
work out,
I,
I'm not doing no other draft pick. It's just me, and you want to see me.
I think
I think you're playing
I
it smart
kind
a
of
little.
agree. I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, it's like college. Even though you are a great talent, college is a different level than the NBA. So the workouts that they have over there, I would rather, I want to see you be able to get through this specific NBA workout to see if your conditioning is still good, to see, what I'm saying, how consistent of a shot that you have, your athletic ability and everything like that. Like I'm not saying work out with all the teams, but you can't work out for 3 teams. Like, why not?
Like just saying, like Ant Edwards worked out with the Warriors, and that's when he's like, oh, I need to get my shit together if I actually want to make it. Like seeing the conditioning that these NBA players have, like damn, I was about to throw up like 3-4 times, and seeing that would make you realize, okay, if I want to, get those super max contracts or be in the, I got to get in better shape. You don't know that if you until you don't, you won't know that until it's too late. And even
Yeah,
like some workouts, some more NBA workouts, were like, okay, maybe I do need another year in college. Like he's only a freshman if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah. He
Like
just a freshman.
for VCU, I don't know if y'all know Max Schugel. He worked out with the Spurs last year, and he found out, oh, I need to put more muscle on and get in better shape. So he took a year back in college to do all the things that the Spurs said, and now he's predicted to be a actual draft pick, like a 2nd round draft pick. So
Yeah,
I think those workouts teach you what you need to learn about the game. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't want to hurt my stock, but I also would like to know what I can do so I can already prepared to come in and be productive. Because if they find out I'm out of shape and I can't run 94 feet, but only 2 minutes, they go, oh yeah,
yeah.
we're
Is he
gonna push
doing
the
the
pace until we
Drew?
run into the ground.
Is he doing the Drew? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Ooh,
I haven't heard
That
anything
would
about
be
I
that
that.
would
don't
be
know.
interesting though. If he
Okay.
did the Drew and not any draft workouts, that would be interesting.
Because I don't think LaMelo worked out either. I could be wrong.
Probably not.
No, he
Yeah, I
didn't.
think
I
he
look,
did the
but that's
He
the
Drew.
didn't.
thing
He
though.
just
With
played in the Australian league.
I'm about to say, I think it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's different with Melo because he had the professional experience. It's not the NBA, of course,
professional.
but he has the professional experience. And Aaron, I'm gonna get to you after I make this comment just about the conditioning. I was just watching some of Gil's Arena today, and Kenny Martin was talking about how the hardest time of his NBA career was probably that first when they first got to what they call it, training camp. Like that first day of training camp, like that first day killed them. And then they pretty much went around the whole college just talk about, what was the hardest the hardest day of their NBA career. And I wouldn't expect this because we do it in high school, and Rashad McCants, he was saying how you go on both ends and you gotta pretty much tip drill off the backboard. And you gotta go around all around. He was like, that was one of the hard. I would have thought that, but I guess they got a certain time limit. Because Kenyon Martin was like, the workout he did was like 25 minutes straight.
He was
and
drafted in 2000 though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And then McCants, when was he drafted? 05? I think 05, 06, because he had won the natty. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. But go ahead, Aaron. You was about to say something.
I was gonna say, to Polo's point, remember Michael Porter Jr. declined workouts too, but then it was revealed later he had that back injury.
He had that injury.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he was gonna be top 5 and then he dropped to 14. So still a lottery pick. But because he declined workouts, he dropped. And then when he got to Denver, it was like, oh yeah, I'm hurt. And he took that time to condition and to train, and he really hasn't had a back injury since. Like, he's been injured, but he hasn't really had a back injury. So I think that this is one of those things where if it is an injury and he's hiding it, I would just be honest about it, but I see what being honest about it can do. So it's like, okay, nah, I'd rather be honest about not wanting to work out, but we'll tell a half truth of like, no, I don't want to work out. But if it is like an injury, then you do get drafted. It's like, hey, next day when you on the plane, you go to the facility, hey, where the team doctor real quick.
Facts.
So because now I'm here now. You drafted me. I'm here. And also you can't trade an injured player. Well, supposedly, but Max Keebler got traded, with Luka. But anyway, so now I'm in the system, so now I have to rehabilitate, I have to train. But it's also one of those things too where I think we're also looking at the part of this could just be ego. He could just be like, I'm just like that. And I think this goes to Blur's point of like, if I'm that good and I know I'm that good and you believe I'm that good, what do I have to prove? But then the counter that is still the thing of like the NBA conditioning and training is different. But we forget sometimes some dudes just come in here and they ready.
Facts.
Like, just being real, like, don't say nothing. Ben Simmons was ready condition wise when he got drafted. Like, condition wise, his rookie year, he was ready.
He was ready.
Same thing.
He was ready skill wise.
He was ready skill wise. He was ready condition wise. Like, and did he work? He only worked out with Philly, the Lakers, and one other team. But he was like, I'm going to be pro anyway. And LSU knew that. And yeah, we can look at how his career is now, but maybe he is just in shape. Maybe he is just ready because there are those few guys.
Yeah. Q, did you want to?
Yeah, I agree. I think when you and I've talked about this a couple of times, offline, just with the way basketball is just trending from middle school, AAU on up. It's just a different world. And I know you probably said, in your world, Derek, coaching high school, but I do think that it's probably ego. I watched the tape, and I've seen Ace Bailey play, on TV and stuff like that. Dude is nice. He's definitely going top 5, top 10, however it shakes out. He's not standing on that board much longer than that. But I'm seeing stuff, and it's like, oh, the next Tracy McGrady. And I'm just like, did y'all watch T-Mac play? Like, but I'm sure Ace Bailey's being told that to his face, and they're comparing, probably the height and size, right? I think Ace Bailey was 6'7", 6'8", 6'9".
He's 6'7".
Nah, he's 6'10".
They said the
What?
same about Andrew Wiggins. Yeah.
They did
I'm about to say,
Andrew Wiggins.
quotations. I'm about to say 6'10".
Oh, for sure. So I mean, and he could score that. He could score the rock, but it's just like you talking about Tracy McGrady, dog. Like,
one of the elite scorers ever.
18, one of the best scorers to ever do it. Like Kobe Bryant even said, "Yo, that's a hard matchup for me." Like T-Mac is that dude, and this dude guarded Jordan, right? In Jordan's prime. So if I'm 18, 19 years old and I'm getting money thrown at me, I'm getting deals thrown at me, I'm being told, yo, you top 3, yo, you next up, you the next T-Mac. Fuck y'all, pay me. You know what I'm saying?
But that's one thing that I don't know. I felt the way in reading that his camp said. Because his camp was like after declining the teams and everything, they was like he want a clear pathway to stardom.
To superstardom. Yeah.
I'm
that
like,
part was
why we worried about that right now? Like,
Go first.
yeah,
ego.
let your talent, do the talking.
Are we ready to have a real conversation about a lot of young athletes representatives?
Agreed.
I don't, go ahead, brother. Say what you got to say.
Go ahead.
I mean, because it's like I'm not the biggest LeBron guy, but I think that LeBron is the last example of your people around you really care about your success. I think that a lot of up and coming athletes, whether if it's Noah Lyles, whether if it's right now with Ace Bailey, your camp, they're supposed to keep you accountable and boost you up. I see more boosting than accountability. And it's one of those things where it's like, who in your camp is telling you, nah, like your conditioning is ass. Like you better than people in college, but that's college. Like it's a
lot of
1 in a million shot to go to the NBA. And if you are one of the top 3 best in college, objectively, you probably just as good as that 9th, 10th guy on the bench in the
Don't mean
NBA.
shit.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
That don't
Yeah,
mean
it
shit.
It don't.
Like, and I don't think that a lot of athletes today have that person in the room that's like, you don't want it for real, or it's like you gotta really show it. Like, because just being completely honest right now, is Ace Bailey beating Michael Beasley in one-on-one?
Hell no.
No.
Shit.
Hell no.
No.
Is Ace in
No.
real shit right now? Is Ace Bailey even beating someone like Patty Mills one-on-one?
No.
Damn.
And Patty Mills pushing 40.
Look, when Patty get on that international stage, boy,
Yeah.
bro turning to step.
Yeah.
Patty different when he on the international stage, bro.
But that's a phenomenal point though, Aaron, and I'm inclined to agree because, but
Are people just afraid to
I
say?
want to.
Yes,
I think so. But look at how
because
much money is exchanging
that's who's
hands,
feeding
though.
you.
Damn.
Look at how much money is exchanging hands though. I could be a multimillionaire my freshman year in college.
Before that,
You know what I mean? Yeah, look at Mikey Williams, his career shaking out however it was shaking out. But Mikey Williams in high school was that dude. I'm pretty sure he signed with Puma.
He did.
With more time in high school. He signed with Puma with more time in high school. Mikey Williams was on before he got into a situation. Mikey Williams had a 2K commercial.
That's a fact.
At 18.
They were speaking more of Mikey than they were was Bronny James
For sure.
in high school.
Julian Newman.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't gonna cap. I knew he wasn't gonna go nowhere. I hated his game, bro. I hated his game, bro.
Hey, but Julian, if you watching this, bro, bring back N1. You would be great on the N1 stage. You would be great on the N1 stage, bro. Get you a super thick headband.
Ball is life, yes.
Short.
Plenty of bread. Join Ball is life.
Yeah, bro. That's your lane, bro. Bring back N1. I want another video game.
But the one thing I've heard before, and I agree with it, especially when you talk about how when you look at the league now, all the top, well, most of the top NBA players is international players. And then when I was watching that, what doc? It was the Court of Gold doc on Netflix. When I was watching that junk, I kind of agreed that when you look at the American players, it's just an ego. It's just a certain ego that comes with American basketball players. And then when you coming up in the American educational system and you playing basketball, you kind of already think like, especially if you're that top person, like the NBA is a lock for me, but you don't think somebody from overseas can come take your spot. So they already think that. But back to the NIL thing, I want to ask y'all, like, if y'all were that top athlete, I don't care. Of course, we talking about basketball, but whatever y'all favorite sport is, if you was that top athlete, would you Would you rather go to a smaller school and get the most NIL money, or would you rather go to a big known school and play top competition?
You want, like, if we was back in high
If
school, our
y'all
mindset,
were the top athlete coming into college, would you commit to a smaller school? And in this case, Ace Bailey went to Rutgers. Him and Dylan Harper went to Rutgers.
right?
Would you rather go to a smaller school and get the most NIL money, or would you rather go to a bigger school, a well-known school like a Duke, like a Florida, like a Kansas, and play top competition?
So I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. If you asking 17-year-old Q which one he would choose, I'm gonna probably go to the smaller school, ball the fuck out, get the, you know what I mean, get the notoriety, get the popularity, have the girls hit my phone, cash in that check, be the man on campus, and then, I'm gonna worry about going pro when it shake out. Not, but like me now, I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to that LSU, or or whatever. Get right, and then hopefully I'm better than the next man. But at 17, I'm going to Home State University, balling out, and then trying to get to a seed.
But that's what I was going to say. It's like it's only a certain people in like the last few years. Of course, you got the Ben Simmons who went #1, he didn't even make the March Madness. Then you have
Yeah,
Ant who went one. He went to Georgia, but they wasn't really making no noise like that. But if you look at the other teams and stuff like that, it's like they went to kind of a well-known school. But do you think
Christian Leitner.
Kristen Leitner, do you think that hurt? Like, do you think that hurts you if
I think it
of
does.
course you're a top talent, but if you go to a smaller school and you're not really playing that competition like that, do you think that really hurt you, or do you think teams or owners don't really care about that?
See
No,
what
look at John Morant. My bad, Polo. Go ahead.
you good.
I was gonna say look at John Morant. You know what I'm saying? Look at the dude who, I think, I don't want to butcher his last name, but I think the #1 high school player in this year's high school class is going to BYU.
Mhm.
Whoever even seen BYU on TV playing ball? No disrespect, but that's what he going.
The last time was Jimmer.
Yeah.
For
So
that.
my bad, Polo. Go ahead.
But like, see, it depends though, because like I agree with like going to a small school and getting money, but like some of these small schools don't got the money, so they go into the big schools and getting overshadowed. So like in the NIL, the big schools is where the money is at. So all the players trying to go to the big school and neglecting them small schools where they can get paid and get to start them. So like I'm choosing a small school because one, I'm a be on the court, and there's always gonna be them games at them big schools schedule, those gimme games against those smaller schools where you can like, now I could really bust this nigga ass if I wanted to. So I would choose that because if I can bust your ass one game, people will talk for that forever. But if I do good one game and suck 32 other games, they're gonna look at the 32 other games instead of that one game I bust LSU's ass or I bust UNC's ass at fucking VCU. Like we went out, like VCU played UNC and homie went off for 30. I'm just putting random colleges out there. But
Right.
He getting paid NIL at both, but he getting less at VCU, but he getting on that court compared to being at UNC and he the 12th man on the bench.
I respect, and that's the thing. I respect that. I respect that more. I kind of respect that more. But in with Ace Bailey is like, do you think? I don't know if I'm entering a school. I kind of want to see. Hopefully, like the schedule is already out for the next season. If I'm going to a smaller school, I still want to be able to show my talent against some of the top schools in the country and everything like that. And I understand not going to, because like Duke and like these top schools do be having like super fucking teams. Like they be like they be having like the top five high school players on the same team. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But at the same time, like if I ain't going to a Duke, like, damn, can I go to a Alabama? You know what I'm saying? Or Auburn. You know what I'm saying? And get playing time there and play the tougher competition instead of going to a smaller school. And I don't know Rutgers schedule last year, but I know they played like Michigan State one time and Purdue and Iowa and everything like that. But a lot of teams, like even though these known school names, they wasn't ranked this
Yeah, they're
past,
not basketball powerhouses. They
you know what
just
I'm saying, this past year. So I don't know, man. I just miss the times where your talent speak for yourself. Fuck, like I ain't saying
yeah.
fuck the money because if I was, yes, I want the money. Like I want the bread. But man, like let your talent speak for itself, man. If you're confident in yourself, man, you go play for that spot.
I prefer small school, just so I can play. Because if you went to like Kentucky back in the heyday, or Duke or UConn, ain't no guarantee you're gonna play that much.
Oh my.
You can't showcase your best talents. So I would rather go to a small school. Fuck the money. I just want to play.
Facts.
See,
I want you to see my strengths. I want you to see if I can contribute to an NBA team, all that good stuff.
yeah, I respect that.
Oh yeah,
Aaron,
for sure.
Maybe I'm weird, but I I personally wouldn't want the small school because it's like if I got offered a full ride to go to Oregon, but I'm probably gonna be the eighth, ninth man. But if I got an offer to go to a small D1 school where I know I'm gonna start, I'd probably pick Oregon just because I want to play against that better competition because that's gonna make me want to drive harder and play harder. Like I was the type of player that I love practice more than I love games because games are just a snapshot of what you can really do, or the effort you can really show. You know, you practice 5 days a week, you play that one game one day, so that's just my mentality of it. That's just me. So that's really all I got on it. But I think
I mean,
everybody's reasons are valid.
yeah, about this, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not mad at honestly. I'm not mad at either decision.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you gotta at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you. In your situation like that. But like you said, like it's just a different mindset today when you talk about the athletes coming up in any sport. Honestly, especially when you talk about the NIL. And I said that me and Aaron was talking about that before Shorty from Olivia from Notre Dame pretty much decided that she wanted to go back to school and then transfer. Like you were projected the number 2 pick in the draft. But she's like, nah, I'm gonna keep getting this money over here in college and ball out. And I'm not, once again, I don't want to sound like a hater. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. Get your money, man.
You think she did that because there's a good chance she'd be number one next year?
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
Juju won't coming out next year. She was the
You gotta,
next big
you gotta
name.
rehab the ACL.
Yeah. So she was the next big name that was coming out. Or she was the next big name this past year, but she's going to be the big name next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
It's
true.
like that's why like
think
Cooper
she's gonna
Flag
be better than
reclass.
Caitlin Clark. I think she's gonna be better than Caitlin Clark. That's
Oh,
just
Juju?
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That girl nice.
That's what I said. Juju just got to get stronger. That's just it. All she needs to do is just put on like
And
about
I and
5 to 10
I
more pounds of muscle, and she good.
and I don't even think she got to get that much stronger. Like,
That's why I said 5 to 10.
yeah, like the way Caitlyn is maneuvering, the way Paige is maneuvering through the W right now is like, bro,
Yeah.
like they not the big they like my size. Like
Yeah.
they not the biggest in the W, man, but you got Juju coming in there. What she like probably like what 6'1", 6'2", with the handle, with the shot, like fearless
Yeah.
too.
Did y'all watch her
Fearless.
play UCLA? I think that was like the biggest game of the year.
When?
It was.
I think it was
It
like
definitely was.
UCLA, and I was just like,
Oh, you
she
talking about Juju?
yeah,
Yeah, I
kind
see.
of play
Yeah,
like James Harden a little bit. Like
Yeah.
she's a pass or score whenever she want. She gonna be that bitch.
yeah.
But
UCLA
just
got
see,
a
that's
baller
what helped
too.
James'
I forgot
game
her
though,
name.
because he got. I'm sorry, Quincy. What'd you say?
No, go ahead. My bad.
No, you go. I can wait.
Oh, I was just gonna say that UCLA had a ball on their team too. I forgot her name. Her name
That
is
point guard. That point.
Yeah, that point guard was nice too.
Yeah, I mean the girls got they got a bro. They got some people, bro. They got some people hooping.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I don't understand about the WNBA. If they have Caitlin Clark, they're getting all these eyes on them. How they still losing money? Damn, this shit don't make
Because
sense.
I think it's wrapped around the commentary behind it. And
Yeah.
even though you got Caitlin Clark, it's just for Caitlin Clark. Like the Indiana Fever franchise value is going up as we speak. Like I don't know what their how much they was valued at 3 years ago. I know they had what's her name?
Tamika Catchings.
Tamika Catchings. Yeah, they had her.
Yeah.
But
The WNBA just needs more star power. That's just it. Like,
at the end of
and
the day,
it's
that's what
and
it
it's
is.
that and it's like star power in this social media age. Like, imagine Candace Parker in her prime with social media.
Maya Moore, the GOAT.
Imagine Maya Moore in
Maya
her
Moore to go,
prime with
yeah.
with social
The
media.
GOAT.
But bro, you got
I'm still mad at
Giannis,
that
like,
nigga. Fuck
got
that nigga. He
Me
should have
too.
stayed in jail, bro. Fuck that
He
nigga,
He
bro.
wild.
was fine. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. He had
He
3 meals a
wild.
day.
She got that man out and married him. That's
Man, took the GOAT from us,
Married him.
man.
Wait,
Married him.
be honest, do you think they have to be like more attractive to
the
get
W.
my eyes on them?
The W got some Jones,
Do
bro.
you
I
do
ain't
you
what
want
I'm
me to be
saying,
the
honest
right?
from a
W.
market?
Look,
Do you want me to be honest from a
look,
marketing
I follow a
standpoint?
couple
Yeah,
Jones.
please
You
be
know what I'm
honest.
saying?
Yes, they do. And I hate to say that's
I
from a
don't think
marketing
so. I
standpoint.
don't think so. They got.
Bro, no.
I'm in a relationship, but
But
they
look,
got some pressure in the NBA. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just
they
put the
got
little
some
booty
pressure.
shorts on while you playing, man. Just let them come
I'm
on.
weak.
You wild.
Stop.
But
But
Stop.
I kind of
Stop.
I agree. I agree and kind of disagree at the same time because y'all get on Angel Reese for posting badass
me.
pictures on
Not me.
Instagram all the time. I
Not
don't
me.
give a fuck. Them long ass legs, man. What?
I
They
chop
like to
trees.
climb trees.
I
What?
chop trees.
You should have seen me when I was younger. I
I
love them
feel like
trees, bro.
Stupid.
Country boy for real. Country boy for real.
Aaron, I feel like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because
That's fair.
if they lean into that, right? Then it's gonna be like, look at these women, they this, they that, they couldn't make it, so they had to over sexualize themselves. Now they got V-cut jerseys with
Yeah.
no sports bras, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever kind of bullshit, you know. But
Yeah. But I think if I
but
could be go ahead.
I was gonna say I really, somebody said, I don't know who it was, but somebody said something about the commentary on the game. And I'm not gonna lie, like
Yeah.
sometimes the commentary on the games like be making it boring. Sometimes the men's games be boring because the commentary is just trash.
I agree.
But like you don't
Hey,
like
Smith was playing the game. Come on, bro.
it's you there are, if the commentary was better, if you had is it NBA today with Shaq
Inside the
Mm.
NBA.
inside the NBA, there's not that for the WNBA though, right? Like
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's
if
right.
you had something like that,
But I don't.
But if
I
I can
think,
be
bro.
honest,
Go
I
ahead,
think
Aaron.
I think it would be some. I mean, you got the whole there are topics for conversation and debate for the WNBA, right? You had the dominance of the Aces a few years ago. You know what I mean? They did a 3P, right? 2P,
Yeah.
3P.
They three-peated.
They could have that's major conversation, right? They could have, made it to that kind of a table. You had the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. They could have made that the new Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird type. You know what I mean? Whatever the public wanted to talk about type shit on a race thing and all that other bullshit. But
It should have stayed about basketball.
Yeah, that shit.
But
it's shit about
That shit
basketball
really
for sure.
pissed me.
But I mean, if
but
you want to get views, fuck it, let's throw a little race in there. You know what I mean?
but but it's the thing too. It's like with
Oh
like
God, bro.
how it's with how it's viewed. Like, yes, fix the commentary, like from the people commenting on the games. My thing is when it comes to commenting, people commenting on the WNBA and like inside NBA type thing for the WNBA, they're not they're not they're too busy trying to preserve feelings. And it's like one of those things where it's like, no, talk about that game. Like, you don't gotta be like Shaq and say, yeah, if that was me, like I would have had 40 points, 30 rebounds, and 7 bitches, Like you
That's
like it has to be one of those things where it's like you're not afraid to hurt their feelings. It's like no, like like Andrew Reese's triple double. Congratulations, this is your first career triple double, and you actually shot efficiently this game. You got to keep that up because the rest of these games you're getting double doubles. You're shooting 27%, 29%, 30%, 31%, 28%. Like that triple double looks good because you were I think she was 5 for 7. That's great. But them other games where you had 20 and 18, yeah, you were 4 for 20. Like, there's no one in the WNBA who's gonna say that because they're trying to preserve someone's feelings. No,
You
fuck
think
that.
that's
This
because
is a
they're women?
sport. Huh?
Look, Q. I'm glad. Look, Q. I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask. If y'all agree with this or not. Like, it don't matter. Like, of course, I think every like generation has a star that they talk about. You had the Candace Parkers, you had the Maya Moores, then we got the Caitlin Clarks, whatever. Asia Wilson. Um, but I don't think, bro. I think it's just a stigma, and not just talking about basketball. Just when you talk about women's sports specifically, that a lot of people you talk about the cash because even though I hate talking about the casual fan, they are important when you talk about views, when you talk about selling and everything like that. The casual fan is important. But do you feel like it's just a stigma on women's sports anyway, where they don't really care? They don't think they can do this, they don't do that. Like, what do y'all think about that? I just think it's just a stigma over women's sports anyway. Now, of course, you had the one or two that stick out, but motherfuckers really don't care for it like that.
I
I
think
would have to agree.
I think like surrounding the WNBA, I think I think the vets are fucking up it for the young people because it's not places for the vets to go to retire out. It's either this young girl gonna take my spot or I'm gonna be the one on the chopping block. So I think one of it's the vets, like the vet, but that all goes back to the WNBA needs more teams for to balance out because there's so many talent. But I also think the revenue, like I think just more women need to get eyes on women, the WNBA. I feel like there's always a stigma like the WNBA don't get enough views. And like you're always watching the men's team, but I was like, I mean, we're men watching men play basketball. Where are the women? Like, women need the women's support in order
That's
for
a fact.
it to change.
That's a fact.
So I'm not like knocking. Like, I mean, sports is not everybody's team, so I understand why it's harder for women to get into to watch WNBA because not sports not everybody's thing. But if they can get just a casual like fan, like I'm like how I feel like Jordan brought so many people to basketball, not because they wanted to watch basketball, they want to see what Jordan was doing. So I think in this new age, they gotta capitalize on these Caitlin Clarks, Paige back, these Jujus, because social media is the biggest it's ever been. It's only gonna get bigger. So this is the time for them to capitalize on making fans making them fan of a player that they want to watch more games. That makes sense.
Yeah. Make the my player experience on 2K.
For WNBA, hell yeah, I'd do it.
Like, like switch it up. It's the only way. Like, there's so much that just puts the NBA in your face. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But like, there's so much that puts the NBA in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that same energy for the WNBA, and it's sad because you have like, I know I keep going back to her, but Asia Wilson gonna be one of the best to ever do it. Like, I really feel like she gonna end up on that Mount Rushmore of the WNBA.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I feel like we are, and it's also sad. This is petty, but like it's also sad because they got some fire shoes.
I was really about to say that. I was about to say,
bro, we got
Oz's shoes is crazy.
Bro, we got our middle school team, the Sabrinas last year.
Bro,
them Sabrinas was hard.
Yeah.
With some hooping shoes. Oh, them Jones was tough.
Like Asia's new shoes, Caitlin Clark's new sneakers. They're nice.
See, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like we're hyping them up. We need that same support from the women.
Facts.
But you know that Polo can I add to that though? Because I made a post. I said this on the post one day. It's sad that a lot of women out there, they went to see Barbie 4 times for $20, but they can't go see a WNBA game for $20.
Like, bro, tickets cheap as shit.
Like,
Go front row type shit.
Facts. You
like
get
that.
that experience.
Like a courtside ticket at a WNBA game that doesn't have Caitlin Clark is probably like $50 to $80. Like the Mystics had, I don't know if they're still doing it, but last season they had a brunch combo where it was $110. You get brunch and a luxury seat in the luxury box to watch the game.
lavish.
Everything.
Living
Only
lavish.
$110.
If I wanted that work, I would have went.
That's only. Imagine that for not even like a Laker game. Now imagine that for like an Orlando Magic game.
People are showing that.
That's $5K right there.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of sisters. No, I won't say sisters. A lot of women are selective supporters when it comes to sport, or when it comes to sports. It's like I see shawties so much for football because they want to take pictures with Jalen Hurts because they like that the nigga throw the hook and put his tongue out. I see so many sisters, not sisters. I want to keep saying. I've seen so many women love Travis Kelce when he had that nigga haircut. Like it's like
when he dropped the black woman, they
and
went
then when he
back
dropped the black
against his
woman,
ass.
they went back to Jalen Hurts. But it's like you got IG models, celebrities, all them showing up for NFL games, NBA games. Like that same love is not there for WNBA games. Like the last celebrity I saw at a WNBA game was Lotto. It was Lotto, Kyrie Irving, Queen Latifah, and
Lotto was very
it.
convincing though. Lotto was a very convincing one.
But it's like, you know, like Selena Gomez is a basketball fan. Brenda Song is a basketball fan. Rihanna is a basketball fan.
Well, and why we acting like we haven't seen Halle Berry at an NBA game before? Like she could go to a W. She could go to a W game.
Yeah.
Like, and it just being real right there, the WNBA man, I'd be like, hey, look, can we get Sabrina Carpenter to come to a Mystics game? You know, please, thank you.
I think,
you know, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think Jack Nicholson gets some sort of money for coming to Lakers games for the past 30, 40 years?
Yeah, that's got to be a 360 deal, or you know what I mean? It's got to be reciprocal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like Jack Nicholson was there when we had Jordan Farmar, Steve Blake, like Robert Sakar.
He was there before I was even thought of.
He was there when y'all had Eddie Jones. He went that far back.
Nick Van Ness.
That's why I blame the media, because the Shade Room should be covering WNBA basketball. You know how much the Shade Room get all the women audience in.
That's a fact.
They should be covering they should be at the games covering
all the women.
The fucking BET Awards. Who the fuck still watch the BET Awards?
This shit was fire though.
I'm not gonna lie. This shit was fire.
Because of who though? Because of who?
Our generation.
The streamers, the internet guys. That's why it's good.
If it wasn't 106 and Park theme, it wouldn't have been shit. That's real.
Fact. This is my last. This is my last thought on it. I just feel like when you going back to the media, going back to the commentary on the W, you can't just promote the superstar. We all know it's only really one, two, maybe two. Because even though I think she's a superstar, a lot of people don't say. But Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson. There's only really two superstars in the W. You can't just cover. You can't.
I'd say Sabrina too.
Sabrina, I throw it. Yeah, you could throw it in there.
I would say it's five major names at any given moment tops. But that's still different than that's still different than NBA.
You can't just cover them, bro. It's a lot of other good players in the W that you can cover. Like, even though
why ain't Rihanna Howard getting some coverage?
Bro, I think I was telling Q about that the last time he was on, bro. She a bucket, bro. Yeah. She had a bag. Like and you talk about the Unrivaled, that league, when they started doing the one-on-ones, bro, she was crushing. I was surprised. I didn't know she had that in the bag.
And I don't think we give enough credit to, like, weren't they doing like 3-on-3, 1-on-1 full court?
Yeah.
I tell me 3 dudes that would sign up to do a 1-on-1 full court right now. You can't.
And this is the bad thing. And this is the bad thing, because that league, I don't think they broke even, but they almost broke even. To do that in your first year, like a lot of businesses in general don't make money until like that 5th year anyway.
Mhm.
To
Yep.
almost break even in your first year, and then you have more sponsors that's gonna bag you like that league probably gonna start making more money than the W. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love the year when the NBA had Sabrina do the 3-point contest with Steph. They got to do more shit like that.
Oh yeah.
She
Yeah.
almost won that
she,
motherfucker.
yeah. But if she was in the regular 3-point contest, she would either
won.
tie with Dame or won that. So
Right?
it's like, and she was using the
Impulse.
was she using the man's ball?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
That's not. Hey, bro. That's they gotta find this. Got to be something. But I mean, I ain't finna get all social justice on it. But I think that's just like a glimpse into like a larger issue within America in itself. Like we don't understand how important women are to whatever it is we got going on.
yeah, that's a fact.
WNBA players been proving themselves. And if we've been honest, there's always been a star, right? Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. LA Sparks, Lisa
Lisa
Leslie.
Leslie.
Lisa Leslie, yeah.
We've been having stars from the beginning. I mean, yeah, man.
But Quincy, it's
We been
like
having
this isn't like
Dawn. I
pushback on
mean,
your
Dawn
point.
Staley. We've been having people. We've been having
Constantly
names.
highlight tape, cold.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. My bad, Aaron. Go ahead.
Shit,
Sorry,
Kim
bro.
Mulkey was a bucket in college too.
Yes.
But well, I seen her highlight tape. She was a bucket, but you know, that's back in her heyday. But it's like I gotta like this isn't like
Still
pushback,
in
but
the
this is
heyday.
like another perspective on it. It's like
Yeah.
it's to me, it's not a matter of not supporting women. It goes back to what Polo said. Women also got to support women on the aspect of it, but it's
Fair.
also in the aspect of the casual fan likes excitement. Why you think Caitlin Clark gets so much attention? Like
Well, that
I
bitch
think
is
Asia
top
Wilson
boy.
has like a lot of women athletes have fundamentally great games. Not a lot of casual people don't think that women have exciting games because it's like
They don't.
that's unfair, you know, because they play great, they play wonderfully. Like Maya Moore, one of the most skilled players I've ever seen play. Like, but people would pass over her to watch Kyrie play for 10 minutes.
I watched a full hour of
Yeah.
straight buckets.
That's a great point though, because I mean look at what like if we're being honest, we like Juju and we're excited for Juju because she comes with a different game.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't see her cross somebody up, get to the basket, and lay that jump for an and one because it's reminiscent or it equates in some kind of way to what we would see Kyrie do or what Steph do or something like that with a handle, step back three in somebody's face. Like I think that's what we're accustomed to, and that's what we have agreed upon, collectively as good and exciting basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right. I agree. I agree.
No, and it's like, you know, it's I don't like how that's the collective thing of like you have to play like this for it to be good. That's the
Right.
unfair part of it. Because
Right.
personally, like when I was back in college, I would rather go see the women play than the men play.
I watch
Because they was
girls middle school basketball. I watch girls middle school basketball.
Yeah.
like and it's like no, they're playing basketball, you know, from the cuts, the back screens, the screens, get to the short corner, like the fundamentals, like how they really control the floor. I love the tempo of women's basketball because it's really them trying to play the game. And like I don't give a damn that the score at the end of the game was 53-48. I care that I watch good basketball. I'd rather do that than see a men's game be 108-117 and all motherfuckers just would shoot threes the whole time.
I think
And
we're
no-
the minority.
defense.
We're the minority. We
Yeah.
really love watching basketball,
Right.
but majority of people just don't
They
even
just
hey,
they watch
don't
it for the name.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts on this topic.
No, I know you got a whole list of things. My bad. Go ahead, do your thing.
No, y'all good. Y'all good to
On
go,
a
man.
crazy tangent.
Man, but look, I will say
It was
this
good.
though.
I respect it.
Ace Bailey's still gonna get top 3 pick. He is. He's still gonna get picked top 3.
Facts. I respect it, man. Moving into some NBA stuff. So the trade that just happened was Bane from the Grizzlies. He got traded to the Orlando Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, for unprotected first round draft picks, and I think another pick, if I'm not
Was
mistaken.
Cole Anthony? Cole Anthony went?
Cole Anthony was involved in that trade as well.
I didn't realize that. I didn't catch that. My bad.
How do y'all feel about that trade? Like, do you think it was a good trade for both teams?
I think it was a
Where
good.
did Cole Anthony go? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm just breaking news for me. My bad.
I didn't know Cole Anthony went either. He went to Memphis though, right?
Yeah, both. So they sent KCP, Cole Anthony, and the 4 unprotected first round draft picks.
You said how many?
4
For one person?
4.
Desmond Bane is good though. Like
He's good, but I don't think that's 7 people. I don't think he's 7 people good.
I mean,
Right.
KCP is more of a role player at this stage in his career. He's
And
more of a 3-and-D pause player. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody.
They might trade Cole Anthony because where he gonna fit in at a team? Because
That's the question. I think Cole Anthony was just coming off. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was just coming off an injury. But it was with the Magic. I don't mind. I kind of don't mind them trading Cole because it's like you got him and Suggs over there, Jalen Suggs over there. So you have to play one or the other. And I think Cole was just coming off an injury.
Suggs not my point guard though.
I like Cole better. I like Cole game better, if you ask me. But I understand him coming off injury. That's your body is your wealth in the NBA. So I get why they traded him, but I'm still I get why they got Bane. Bane's a great fit for Orlando. I don't think he's worth as much as they gave up for him to get there.
I don't think they had a choice though. I don't understand the first and second apron. It's so fucking weird to me. Like with the money and the draft picks, I'm still confused about that. If anybody knows better, please let me know. But I think they didn't have a choice but to give all that up for a Desmond.
Yeah,
that's not any player. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying I'm not too educated on. I'm not sure how much Bane will be making in this contract. But like you're saying, I don't think they had a choice. I think with Orlando, in my opinion, I'm not sure, but in my opinion, I think they would just because the year before that they finished what fourth or fifth. I know they finished top 5 the year before that. Last year I should say. And then this year they made the playoffs again. Despite the injuries that they had at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So just imagine Magic healthy, and then you add Bane to it. I'm not saying that they're going to be a championship team, but they probably still going to be a top 4 with Tatum out next year. They'd probably be a top 3 team.
East is wide open.
Think about it. I mean, that roster could hang with. Maybe it's the lick talking, but
they're better than Indiana.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
Yeah, I think for me it's just I would have to know. That's why I'm not a GM or anything like that. I would like that 4. It's just that 4 draft picks that get me.
Yeah,
just that unprotected as well. Like that's the one that gets me. It's like, bro, it's like because I don't think next year y'all gonna make it to the finals. I may be wrong. We didn't think Indiana was gonna make it to the finals, but we see, we see how that turned out. But I still personally, I think at the beginning of the season, I gave Orlando probably like another 2-3 years before I think they're gonna really start making noise in the East. And then you give away your draft picks, and then your people were just injured this season. You want to be cautious if they're going to get injured again next season, and you may of course, you may think you're going to be top 5 again, but you may drop, in standings and you're going to have to start rebuilding and everything again. So I don't know. It's just hard for me to give away those 4. Like Luka only had 1. They only gave away 1 pick for Luka. Like Bane give 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Rudy Gobert had something similar too. He had like 3 first
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like
Gobert had 5 picks for him.
5?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You lying, bro.
No,
But
5.
Rudy Gobert kind of
Rudy-
got traded kind of in
5
his
picks.
defensive player of the year era type.
But he still.
He's not
I ain't,
worth
I ain't gonna
5,
do it.
bro.
I ain't gonna do it.
I
Respect the
think
respect the
I
Rudy.
think we about to. I'm about to agree with you. Buddy look like a cone all playoff.
Like, bro,
Yeah, nah, he
shout
definitely-
out to Buddy Bear for the
Oh, my
defensive
fault.
player
My fault,
of the
Blerd. They
years, man.
traded Conley, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and 3 picks.
That's still
That's
a
still,
lot.
Along
that's still
with
a lot.
That's still a
That's
lot.
still a
Two-
lot.
And 2 first-round
That's
picks.
still a lot,
That's
bro.
still-
Like, and
It's-
then, but why would you
First
trade
and
that?
second,
Because you already had Cat over there. You already had Cat over there. So even if you are getting Rudy, I'm not trading that much for Rudy, bro. He didn't do that. Nah, I ain't gonna disrespect me.
That first and second apron shit is weird as hell. Because I was always wondering, why can't NBA players get the best players and pay for the best players? That first and second apron is just, it's hard to do it in today's game.
But I
Whatever they
get-
did for the CBA is just way too hard to get good players on your team because everybody wants the max too.
But going back to Bane, I see it's a reason why you trade Bane, because it's like Memphis is not the biggest market. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already paying Ja over there, and then you lucky Triple J ain't make an all defensive team, because you would have had to pay him a grip. You know what I'm saying? You lucky he didn't get defensive player of the year, because you had to give him a grip. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
and
Bane
he was
playing
on
the
his
way
way
he was,
too.
yeah. But Bane playing the way he was playing, bro, you was gonna, and eventually you was gonna have to come out with a lot of money. So
That luxury
the
tax
teams,
would have been hefty.
yeah. So
I mean, look, you look back on OKC. They had to make a choice. OKC when they had Russ,
BG, Melo,
James, and Ibaka, and Jeff Green, and KD, like they had folks who was coming to their own. You know what I'm saying? They was
oh
like,
yeah,
look,
true. Yep.
all y'all balling. We gonna have to figure some shit out. Like,
But that's eventually gonna happen with this team.
yeah.
Like, so they better squeeze. You know, we'll get into that. So I ain't gonna cover it, but I think that eventually will happen to this team. But that four picks is, I don't know, man.
That 4 picks is that 4 picks is a lot. And Cole, I didn't know Cole was gone. I missed that in the.
But even adding Cole to the deal is like, bro, I don't think, it was a rumor at I don't know if it was the middle of the season or beginning of the season. Well, no, it was the middle of the season, especially after Luka got traded, that the like the owners or GM was thinking about trading Ja or something at the end of the season or something like that. But the GM had came out and was like, we ain't gonna do that. Or whatnot, but I was like, I ain't hearing that. If Luka can get traded, all these
Anybody can.
motherfuckers can
Yeah,
go. You
anybody
know what
can
I'm
do
saying? And then I just seen a post where it was like, the Raptors were favorite, were interested in Ja Morant. So I think I don't
That's what
see
he needed,
Ja.
though. You can't have guns up there. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact. I don't see Ja in Memphis for a long time.
Drake not gonna come up to the games.
If I could be
Oh,
completely honest,
fact, because they got beef.
They got beef. Drake not gonna
They
go.
got beef.
Dissed them in push-ups. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boy doing the great. Yo, Drake Wild, man.
Drake's still recovering from getting his ass whooped, man.
Yeah. That part.
Facts.
Man, but if I can be honest though, I think that the trade was too much because I think Memphis' future is unsure. Because one, you still are dealing with the aftermath of firing your head coach. Two,
Did they hire a new one yet?
I don't know.
Oh, see nothing.
So you're still dealing with that. Ja could leave this year, and if he does leave, you need another point guard. And that's kind of where Cole can fill in that spot. And also Ja's injury history. Ja's been injured for the past 3 seasons in a row.
Yep.
So, and Cole Anthony stays pretty healthy. So it makes sense why they gave so much, because it's like they're not going to be real with it. They're in a rebuild. They are on a rebuild. And it's like, you brought Derrick Rose in, that didn't work. You got Marcus Smart there, that's not really working either. Like your two best players keep getting hurt. Your head coach gone. Like it's this was a move for like, fuck it, we gotta do something, and this probably is the best thing we can do right now.
Damn. So would you just say fuck it, give up?
I think that some franchises do that. Like it's like, if we're being completely honest, I think that's what Utah did when they traded Rudy, because it was like Mitchell was gone. What are we gonna do now? There, I can hear you.
Yeah, my fault. I had on mute.
Oh.
The first that they been was just the first round, right? With Ja there.
Yeah.
So it's like after a while, because Ja been in the league, what now, 6-7 years now. So it's like, bro,
6 years.
eventually, bro, you have to do something, bro. And as an
You
organization
got to.
like the Memphis, bro, is not a attractive place to go. So it's like, bro, you have to do something. You have to make a move now. Like, and you don't want to, similar to Zion, bro. It's like, I think Pelicans need to do something too, but you don't want to keep Ja there and wasting his prime.
And it's like, it seems like everything Memphis has tried the past few years hasn't worked. You had Steven Adams there, that didn't work, and now he's in Houston, and it's working, and he just got an extension for 3 years.
Yep, 3 years.
Like, I really think that they just hit screw it. We just gonna just do it because we got to do something.
Yep.
I think owners and GMs just quit too easily. Like, today's game is just too damn hard to win. Like, be content with being a top 4 seed. You should be content with that. People are coming to your games. You have a superstar in Ja. Is it a failure just because you don't contend for a championship?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well,
I think
I
so.
mean, now you're talking about that Stephen A. point.
I think that happens because there's so much young talent that it can be trial and error, right? Like we don't win in 2 years. It's the, I guess, I'm looking for like a popcorn mentality. Like I'm gonna put something together, throw it together, try for a little bit and see what works.
bro, I think the issue is a lot of these owners, bro, is they just there for the money, bro. A lot of these owners don't even like the sport. Like, just crossing stuff off their bucket list at this point. Like Steve, LA Clippers, like that
Steve Ballmer?
motherfucker. Yeah, like he gonna be at every game cheering, like him, Mark Cuban. Of course, he's so, it's his majority stake, but like those type of owners, I feel like that's what you need, and you don't have a lot of those type of owners.
Your
Man.
owners
They
have to
just
be
there for the money.
businessmen, and they have to be fans.
They just there for the money, and I think me and Aaron had this conversation before, but realistically, like it's 30 teams in the NBA, bro. Only probably like 18 really have championship aspirations. You know what I'm saying? Like only 8 teams, maybe even less than that. You know what I'm saying? Is realistically was like believe that they can compete for a championship. Every other team is just like, we're gonna get through this year. So what is the next move? What are we doing the season after that? You know what I'm saying? They already thinking about seasons ahead. They're not even thinking about the current season coming up and winning a championship. Like Utah gonna be trash for 10 more years.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get the top 5 pick. They gonna be trash for another 10 years.
Them, the Hornets, the Wizards, trash,
bro. Like,
that's why I think
is that being real? My bad. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
That's why I think you should be content. If you're a top 4 seed every single year, you should be content with that. I mean, I want you to try and win a championship, but if you got a Ja Morant, you got a star or maybe superstar level kind of guy, why are you such in a hurry to give up and quit?
That's just like how they be firing these coaches after 2 years. And like, I'm a coach, so I feel some type of way, because it's like, bro, it ain't always on the coach. But it is the coach's responsibility to prepare your team for every game and everything like that. Bro, but I tell the team, we tell the team all the time, bro. We can't be out on the court with you, bro. You out of position on defense. You turning the ball over. It's a lack of effort. Like this is not coaching. Like this is on the players, bro.
Yeah.
If you look at Longwood, Longwood's women's basketball team, like they had good players. Like I think their team last year, skill wise, was better than their team this year. But the other team was this new team. They were cohesive. Like they looked like a unit. The chemistry, like you said, like half the time it be the NBA players' egos that be fucking up these teams because they bigger than a program, and then the coach got to pay for it because you can't say your star player messed up because that's your money maker. So somebody gotta be on the chopping block. It's gonna be them coaches, but like it's 9 times out of 10, it's really the star player is not. He a diva, and you gotta appease him in order to keep because he making them billions upon billions of dollars.
LeBron James.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I'll say the Mike Malone shit was some bullshit. It had
Yeah.
Mike Malone, the black head coach for Phoenix.
Yeah.
Monty
I
Williams.
think the Tibbs shit was some bullshit too.
Yeah, that was.
It's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
that they needed a scapegoat.
I be thinking it has to be personal sometimes. Because if I was an owner and the coach disrespected me, I'd probably fire him too, even though he won. That's why I be thinking some of this shit.
No, that's a fact. It's like you the owner. Like
Exactly.
you ain't talking to me no type of way, bro. Like
I don't give a fuck.
nah,
I was like, I signed your check.
Exactly.
nah, you right, bro. I mean that comes back to Luka. Like as soon as they got new owners, they got his ass out of here. I'm trying to. We'll get into that. I keep trying to skip ahead, but yeah, bro, these owners ain't playing around, bro. And like you talking about Malone is like they also talked about how I think was it the Nuggets or was it Dallas? But it was either one or the other where they was already like firing like the staff that was around the coach already. So eventually you just knew that the coach was going to be fired. Eventually like that. So they was already trying to clear out. And that's the thing I don't like either because I'm the coach. I'm the one that's with the players every day during the season. You're not here. You don't know what the team need and everything like that. But you trying to make us a puppet, a muppet. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. I'm not following your directions.
I understand the Nuggets firing because you can't have a head coach and a GM arguing and cussing at each other every fucking day. So I kind of understand that. And the owner probably felt like, well, I can't pick a side, so fuck both of y'all. So I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not dealing with the phone calls. I'm not having a coach calling me 1 minute and then the GM calling me the next minute and they talking about the same shit. Like, nah, both of y'all can go. I'm straight. Both of y'all can go.
All right.
Oh God. But what we feel about any closing thoughts on that? What we feel about Lakers selling the team? We just got that news today. 10 B's.
A lot of money.
I think I've seen some people saying, "Oh shit, now we got money to spend."
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
That's the opposite of.
No, that's not how that works.
That wasn't the Laker money. That was their money.
Yes, that was the bus's money.
That's concerning. That's really concerning.
But Jay said, Jeannie Buss is still going to be the governor, whatever that means. I don't even know what. I don't even know what the governor. I don't even know what the governor of a team.
You making decisions for the team based in the state, like you got power basically. But it's like, Derek, I said this when it was one time I said I don't got a lot of faith in Jeannie Buss because she got too many chefs in the kitchen.
She too busy rubbing on LeBron arm and shit. Her and her friend. Being a
Jeannie
little
Buss
nice
was
and
freaky
shit.
back in the day. I put money on it.
Well,
Jeannie Buss was freaky
I
back in the day.
want to tell y'all Happy International Women's Day.
Oh my God! No wonder Savannah was mad for like 3 weeks.
Hell yeah!
Yo, LeBron.
I need to go back and check his stats to see if it declined a little bit during that time. That's funny.
It might have went up.
It might have.
Might have averaged triple double in that motherfucker.
LeBron a wild boy. No, I agree. I don't think she was her, Rob. But they the type of people where they like making decisions in season. And with the Lakers, man, we rather have established players. Like we don't really I don't know the last rookie. I don't know the last rookie that came up to be a star outside of Kobe. Like
nobody.
Well, I mean, Kobe the star, but then of course you have Derek Fisher.
We would have had Andrew Byram, but he got hurt.
Yeah, Bynum. Yeah,
Andrew Bynum would have been.
Yeah,
he for sure had promise, and I don't think we talk about that enough. Andrew Bynum had potential, but potential, that shoe work down the street. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan, but y'all done had quality.
Come on to the squad, man. I know you want to.
Y'all had quality rooks. I mean, y'all had D'Lo, right?
Yeah.
D'Lo was one of them ones. Y'all had Lonzo.
Trade all them niggas away.
Supposed to be one of them ones. Y'all had Julius Randle, supposed to be one of them ones. So
Alex Caruso.
Yeah, I mean, y'all definitely had people for sure that was supposed to be next up, and it's interesting. I don't know what selling means for the Lakers. I'm sure it means something because there's such a historic franchise. Like,
it's no effort in that.
NBA,
it's no effort in that.
You think Lakers.
It's the Lakers. Like, it's no effort in selling. Like, once you in LA at this point, so it's really no effort in that.
Correct. I would agree with that. So I don't know what that means next. I mean, it's all interesting. I think if we're being honest, LeBron has. I mean, could he continue to play? For sure, but productivity wise, I would say maybe another 3-4 years of doing the same. Performing at the same level.
I say 2 or 3,
which I think is why they got Luka. So I think you're seeing a changing of the guard, in a real way. So what does that mean for LA? What does that mean for the Lakers? We now have Luka. We have LeBron on the back end of his career. We've just sold. What is our direction? Have we chosen to rebuild, or are we choosing to kind of win right now? And
I think it's too late. That's too late. Like, you talking about rebuilding? That should have been like 2 years ago. Like, when we was questioning, how much longer LeBron got. Like, that should have been 2 years ago when they should have got some younger pieces in there. Of course, we got Luka now.
That's tough when LeBron giving you 25 and 10 still.
You're right. But at any time, that motherfucker said, "This is my last year."
That is true.
At any time, he can. And once that happened, go ahead, Polo.
He waiting for his son, so I know for a fact he got 2 years, for a fact, because
for Bryce. I mean, for Bryce,
he definitely waiting for Bryce.
Bryce, no,
I don't know. He gonna be waiting. I think Bryce might be a 4-year.
Bryce gonna see. Here's the thing. Bryce better than Bronny. But Bryce going yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let's not start the shit. Let's not start the shit. Bronny's better. Bryce is better than Bronny.
Yeah,
he got
Bryce is better than Bronny. Yes, he is. He's more athletic. He's a better defender. He's a better mid-range shooter. He's just as good as three-point shooter. The only thing that Bronny has over Bryce is playmaking. That is it. That is all. But I do think that Bryce should stay in college longer than what Bronny did.
I think Bronny
just for development.
I like Bronny better than Bryce, but Bronny should have stayed at least 2 more years if you ask me. I'm happy to see that he started killing in the G League, though. I'm happy to see the boy started finding his feet. I was happy to see that, but I don't think he should have came out. But as he proved, like, bro, if you can hoop, you can hoop.
I'm only saying that because he had like an extreme health scare. I think had he had a full year in college, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. That's my opinion.
I think that's what everyone
even
was
with
hoping.
that. I think Bryce is still better. Even with that, Bryce is still better.
Dang, we could have seen that matchup between them two. That would have been sick.
Oh yeah,
any of the
Bryce
top
is better.
prospects should go to. I don't think any of the top prospects should go to college. Go straight to the G League. If you guarantee top 3 pick, top 5 pick like the Twins did with A-Man and the other one, just go to the G League.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so
So that's
I
what
know
Carlos
they
Boozer's boys
just-
should have did.
I know they just got rid of
The G League Ignite.
G League Ignite, so I'm not sure if that's even.
they stopped that.
Yeah,
They did. They definitely
Why?
I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
a
know.
failed experiment, bro.
I don't think so. They was producing.
So
But
No, that's how
I'm about to say
they
you had
feel about it.
Jalen Green. He came through that
yeah, Jalen
program.
Green, yeah, Scooter.
No, that's how the
Scooter,
league
yep.
feel. That's how the executives and the people who run this shit felt about it. It was a
Okay.
failed product.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I
good.
don't think it was a failed product.
Me neither. Wemby came through that.
Jonathan
It's,
Kaminga.
it's all about the development at the end of the day. So it's like I don't know how you think is a failed product.
That's why I don't understand college, because college have different rules. So I don't even
Yeah,
understand.
hell yeah.
Yeah, different rules and like they're the only fucking basketball that played 2 halves.
And
It
And a
was-
shorter 3-point line.
Yep.
college basketball ultimately you're still going to have the pageantry, you're still going to have the field of 64. Like at the end of the day, college basketball is still going to end up being college basketball. It's not going to end up being about the development of there's still the Elite 8, the Sweet 16. Like it's ultimately going to be about that
But-
system.
That's my issue when it comes to basketball in general, just like just through from youth league all the way up. It needs to be a better transition from every
Yeah.
level. Like when you talk about high school, we only play different states play different. Like some states do have a shot clock for high school.
Yep.
Well, a lot of states do not. And I think like overall, like for a better transition, either like for high school, either let us play like the women's college, let us play 10-minute quarters, or give us a shot clock. Cause these holding the ball for fucking 5 minutes, like that shit is annoying, bro.
I seen
Yeah,
that for a
nah.
state championship.
Bro, I was a bro,
Final
my
score was
coach,
4-2.
bro, my coach used to do that shit, bro. And I was mad as shit, bro. We was playing on my when I was in high school,
You
bro.
in the final state championship is
When
fucking.
I was in
Yeah,
high
they
school, bro,
kept passing the shit the entire time because the other team was just so much better. The coach was
Bro.
afraid. They held that shit the whole time.
we had Brunswick High School in our district, so we had to play these niggas 2 times a year, and they were 3-time state champions
Yeah, Brunswick,
back to back.
Brunswick was crazy. Brunswick
back.
was like that.
And my sophomore year when we went to Brunswick to play them, we had all the momentum going into halftime. Our coach told the player that was on the court at the time to hold the ball at half and let the clock run out at halftime. We lost momentum. Brunswick came out and beat our fucking ass in the second half of the game. I was like, bro, we gotta do something about this. So I just feel like if we want better basketball, it needs to be a better transition from level to level, like especially starting at that high school varsity level, bro. It needs to be something changed, bro.
Does AAU have a shot clock?
Yes. They have a shot clock, but I think they do. I think they do have to. I guess depending on whatever league that you go to and play, I think they just some do half and some do 10 minutes quarters.
But AAU is I think the tide is shifting. I think people are caring more about their AAU stats than their high school stats. Where I think back in my era, which 2012, 2010, I think you had ballers life and all that other stuff, but I feel like folks were still trying to put on for their school, for their city, as opposed to I'm gonna go do whatever for my AAU team. I think it's an interesting shift, at least in my opinion.
I think
ANU is where you get the pretty much ANU is where you get the attention. And
Yeah.
then once you find that attention, then they'll start coming to like your regular high school games. But ANU is where you really showcase your talent and where you will be able to if you're that good, be able to get a rank and everything like that.
AAU will humble the hell out of you.
man.
That's a fact. And I'm mad. And I'm mad I never played ANU. I really wanted that experience, bro. But I know. I know. I
You
know.
play against the NBA prospects and you get blown out by 70. Yeah, you might probably need to go to college and get a
Yeah. Motherfuckers playing on the weekend at 8 o'clock in the morning just to get dunked on by a nigga looking like LeBron out there, bitch. Like,
Now the motherfuckers from different countries be lying about their age too.
oh,
Yeah,
facts.
yeah, I'm 16. The motherfucker 30 with kids.
Facts. That's a fact.
I think AAU becoming how our soccer circuit is here, or it's pay to
Yep.
play. I hate
Yep.
that. I hate it so much because there's probably so much other talent that gets overlooked. Like there's probably so many hood legends that could have actually, if they had just the exposure, would bust some of these prospects ass. I think that pay to play is becoming more popular. Like hearing LeBron say, "Yeah, I didn't play AAU. I just went to the court and ran fives." Like I think the pay to play is going to ultimately fuck up the basketball culture because that's a lot of money. You got to think that's money I got to spend off rip to get you in there. Money for gear, money for travel, money for hotels.
Yeah.
All for a gamble that I hope you make it.
Yeah.
But
and that's where these former NBA players, kids can get a big leg up because it's like, look at Gilbert Arenas' son, look at Carlos Boozer's boys, look at Michael Beasley's daughter. Like,
and them Boozer
they
boys
got the money. The Boozer boys is nice. Like they're good, but they wouldn't have. I don't think they would have went to Duke if they weren't Carlos Boozer's sons. But I still think they would have went D1.
They want Bronny. I don't think he goes to whatever. I think Bronny's been a great high mid major player. Like he would have killed on a high mid major, like a
BCU.
Literally like
a
one
VCU.
One of those type of mid major.
That's fair.
But I think he had been in the spotlight since he was came out the womb because he's LeBron's child. So no matter what, he was gonna go D1, even if he was Dookie.
Right. Like Michael Jordan's son went to UCF and was garbage. But
straight.
He wasn't garbage. He was okay. He was okay.
He was ass.
But I think to your point about LeBron,
he won't NBA worthy.
His point about like not playing AAU, you gotta think that's an era where like camps were king.
ABC.
Yeah, ABC camp, Adidas, like
Squires.
Yeah, like that's back in the era where like camps and getting invited to a camp was more important than like that's where you got ranked. Like that's what like there was the famous story about the guy who was ranked over LeBron, but they showed up at camp and they seen LeBron in the flesh against the dude that was allegedly better than LeBron.
Yeah.
And that shit changed very quickly.
Damn, what's my man name?
His son in the league.
His doc is straight though. I fuck with his doc.
And he was tough. Like it's not that he wasn't good at basketball. LeBron just showed up.
You talking about boy from the Rock, his pops?
Huh?
I'm talking to Blur. You talking about brother from the Rockets' dad? Jabari Smith Sr.
No, not him.
I forgot who it was. I think his son is either in college or high school. But
I know you're talking about.
But my fault, Quincy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? Go ahead, Derek. My bad.
No, I wanted to come back to the Marcus Jordan part. You can't be the GOAT son and go to UFC and be decent, nigga. No, nigga, you was trash, nigga. You can't.
He was just okay. He was a C-
UCF and be decent, nigga. You the GOAT son, nah, nigga.
I was a mid major at the time. That want a power 5 school.
The guy who never watched the UCF basketball game in my life.
The only motherfucker we remember is Taco.
Yeah, that's because he was 7'12".
God damn, man. No, but we gonna move this conversation a little further. We will stick on the Laker topic, but I did want to bring up pretty much Magic. Just pretty much. Well, I'll play the clip, and then I'll ask y'all a question afterwards. Give me a thumbs up and let me know if y'all hear it.
Luka got to understand this is not Dallas. To your point, Kobe, bless you.
God rest his soul.
Yes. Superstar who led us. Shaq led us to a championship. LeBron.
Leadership.
That's right. And that's what's missing here. And so we shouldn't have to tell you to be in shape. That should have been, you should have been about that, right? Especially you're a superstar.
So,
Luka,
so pretty much, I just wanted to ask, like, what do you think about people or Magic and other people just continue to talk about Luka's conditioning as well as leadership? Do you think it's a real issue for the team, or is that something that they shouldn't be worried about?
I think it's an issue. I think if you go from one team to another team and that's still a common theme, and I won't like the coach is hating on me, I think that's when you start looking in the mirror like, okay, maybe I do need to get my shit together. If one person call you an asshole, maybe that's their perspective. But if most people call you an asshole, you an asshole. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I would say I think it's an issue for a number of reasons. Number one, I think it's an issue because there's a Lakers standard. He mentioned two of the best to ever touch a basketball. Three. Excuse me. He mentioned Kobe, Shaq, and LeBron. I think there's a Lakers standard, and I also think that it's an issue because that standard is raised because they're shopping for LeBron's replacement, right? And so they need that next leader. They need that next person who's in the top tier shape. I just think that Luka is in an interesting situation because that standard is LeBron effing James, right? And so I do think that being in shape is important and being a leader is important. I just don't think that that's the standard he was held to in Dallas.
Yeah.
I think it was bad timing because Luka lost a lot of weight. Like he's in shape now. I think it's bad timing, and Shaq was not in shape. When he won his championships, he was not in shape. It just depends on the player. You can be out of shape if you produce. I think people just need to be honest about that. If you fat and eat donuts all day, but you can win me 4 championships, we'll let that shit slide.
Fair. Yeah.
I think if he would have maybe won that championship, or made the championship last year more competitive, I don't think him being fat was a problem. It's because he's been a great player, but he hasn't produced. I think the farthest he made it before was the Western Conference Finals, and Steph packed up at 30 or at 34.
He made it to the finals.
I don't know. I'm saying I'm talking about last year.
Before that,
the farthest he made, and he got packed up like it was nothing. And that's Steph without a Klay Thompson coming off of Achilles and Draymond Green. Now CTE Draymond Green, like it won't like it was like a oh my god, wow player on the team besides Steph.
CTE is crazy.
But so like he got packed up by that team, and then I really don't think. I think Kyrie helped lead the team to make them get to the finals. I don't think Luka was not like skill on the court, but like leading the team outside of those 94, that rectangle, that plays a part into how you make it to the final. Like close teams outside the court, off the court, usually do better on the court. So I think Kyrie's presence helped elevate that team to make them get them over that hump.
Yeah,
I agree. Aaron,
I love Magic Johnson. I think he's the greatest point guard of all time. He's personally one of my top 2 favorite Lakers of all time. I disagree with him. And I disagree with him because I'm looking at all. Okay, I disagree with him for 2 reasons. No, one reason, that's not the Lakers' culture, is to be in shape. The Lakers' culture is to be a star. Like, let's be real. When Kareem, his last little bit with the Lakers, he wasn't in shape. Shaq wasn't really in shape. Shaq in shape was when in Orlando. That's when Shaq was in shape. Like, that was the shape Shaq should have been in LA. That was at least 4 more championships. At the most 4 more championships, at least 2.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's be real, he wasn't in shape. Derek Fisher wasn't in shape the last few years with the Lakers, but he was still a contributor to us winning. Same thing with Meta World Peace. He wasn't really in shape when we won before the bubble championship. He wasn't really in shape, but he was locking motherfuckers up on the defensive end.
When you
So
win,
it's
you
like
get away
being
with so
in.
much shit. My bad. Go ahead.
Hmm? Oh no. But Blur is right. You can get away with so much when you win it. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't really been in shape, but his arm was amazing. Aaron Rodgers wasn't really in shape, but his arm was amazing. It's and it's like the same thing in the NBA right now. There is somebody who's balling who's not in shape. James Harden, perfect example. James Harden wasn't in shape the year he got MVP. So
He was
it's like
dropping
I don't agree
50.
with that being the Lakers standard. No, the Lakers standard is to be a superstar, and Luka is a superstar. Now, do you want him to be in shape? That's fair. That's valid. But it's one of those things where it's like we have to look at all aspects of it here. If Luka's not in shape and we win, what's the argument now? But if Luka's not in shape and we lose, oh, it's Luka's fault. Oh, is it really Luka's fault? Or let's look at the whole team.
But I wonder if the leadership comment and the in shape comment are attached or connected in a way.
Hmm.
Because like I said, I firmly believe that this trade happened because we are witnessing the inevitable decline of LeBron James' career. He's going to fade off into the sunset at some point, whether it's in the next 2 years, 3 years, 8 years. At some point, Luka is meant to assume the next mantle of Laker country, right? And so I think they're like, okay, Luka, we need you to start leading by example, and that is to be at the peak level of your ability to perform. Yeah, we know that you at 20 pounds overweight can still give us 37 and 7, but we don't want that. We want to see you live up to the standard of like we're used to seeing Kobe have to get kicked out of the gym. We're used to seeing LeBron have to get kicked out of the gym. Yeah, Shaq, was blessed by God to be able to be the most dominant center that we've ever witnessed. That was God given, right? But we've seen other folks have to work for it. Luka, you are now stepping into that echelon. So yeah, you're good. We want you to be great. So I wonder if the two are synonymous because other players that come to LA are going to be watching what Luka does because he's now he it is his Lakers.
Yeah.
You ain't
I
lying.
Maybe.
I
to
get what you're
add
saying.
on.
When you go to a job, you come, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you see how the people who've been there before, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't come on Tuesdays. I'm not coming in on. Once you see how people organize, that's how you start to organize. So I see
That's a
what you're
fact.
saying.
I think thing I really would say I agree with everyone said, Aaron, mostly, but I disagree with Magic. I think it's just an excuse of his defense ability. I think they talk about the conditioning and leadership because of his defense ability. Like you talk about Shaq being out of shape. You talk about all these people being out of shape. Bro, these motherfuckers at MVP level. Let them motherfuckers be out of shape all they want. If they still gonna produce on the court, I have nothing to say about them. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we want them to be in better shape. Maybe we could get even more productivity out of them. But I think just bringing up Luka's conditioning and leadership is just an excuse for his defensive ability. And like personally, of course, you always look at the best player for as a leader, but that's not always the case, and that shouldn't even be the case. Like is Draymond Green is an example. You know what I'm saying? That's the best example right now. He's the leader on that Warrior squad. I'm not in that locker room or anything like that, but on the court we see that Draymond Green is the vocal leader that's on the court. I don't think people are necessarily looking at Luka like that, and we don't necessarily have to look at Luka like that. But as the best player on the team, you have to set some type of example. Like you have to lead by example some way. Like motherfuckers, like a lot of people have. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but certain people have had issue with Kobe's leadership abilities because he was just rough. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe was about business. But you can never question that man's work ethic. As long as he's getting up at 4 o'clock before everybody, getting a workout in before practice even start, before y'all even wake up. Probably got 2 workouts in before y'all even wake up. You know what I'm saying? So you never can question that man's work ethic. So I think, just going back to Luka, I think they need to see that he's all in. They just pretty much need to see that he's locked in for the season and willing to do whatever it is so the Lakers can go far in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
when you talk about conditioning and leadership, I think that's just an excuse for him not playing good defense.
And we letting JJ off the hook. You can't play somebody for a whole second half.
Mm-hmm.
The whole starting
Mhm.
five.
Exactly.
He played the
Mhm.
whole starting five for the second
The
half.
top-notch, best in shape people on the planet would get tired, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's
Come
not
on.
like it's not like you just out there jogging. You're playing
Exactly.
other professional NBA players who trying to beat the fuck out of you. Like you're giving your all for a whole 24 minutes straight. I don't
Probably
care.
more
Like you said, I don't
depending.
care how good a conditioning you in. You ain't gonna last that long. Like give me a 30-second break. Like take me out for 30 seconds at least, bro.
And we also gotta recognize that like Magic is cut from that different cloth. Like Magic predates Michael Jordan, right? Like he just from that different era of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So he's expecting. Yeah, I think that at times folks from that era can probably have expectations that are not the same. And I'm not here to compare eras, nothing like that. I think that's a very interesting argument. But when you got folks, speaking on stuff that are from a completely different time, it gets interesting. Like Magic, you might have been able to come in and you was gonna push yourself to be somebody who could play all 4 quarters. Don't call no fucking timeouts. We go, you know what I mean? We go do what we do. That's not today's game. That's not how folks were raised on basketball.
And the
But
pace
even
was different back then too.
yeah,
It's
pace
a
was
Very
lot,
different.
different.
a lot more slower.
Yeah. Man, that's the thing too. Is like, but when you talk about just conditioning itself, a lot of that, of course, a lot of that falls on the player itself. You do more of your conditioning before the season start, training camp and everything like that. But when you listen to these NBA players, once the season start, they barely practice, bro. Like
So
once the
much.
season,
But
once
for
the
the
season
Lakers
start, they
practices is
barely
basically
practice.
pick up.
Like
They
This
don't
is it's
practice
basically
till
pick
shoot
up with you
around.
trying different rotations.
pretty much. But
which is different, which is very different basketball. Like
yeah,
I
different.
grew up on running plays, triangle, whatever, like diamond. We don't, but we had plays and stuff. Nowadays, today is like we gonna run
5 out, pass the bitch around,
yeah
shoot.
I
5
about to
out,
say
pass that
5
shit
out,
around.
4 out,
You know what I mean? We
But
we
the,
we,
penetrate,
we
play,
kick
would
out.
run.
the plays I've seen run is that all of them have multiple decisions.
Yeah,
That's so it's like 2 plays, but all those plays have multiple decisions.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You have a set. You have
Yeah.
one set offensive set that you can get probably like 5 to 10 options. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying, out of them. You know what I'm saying? So
Like it was a play that we ran in high school called one. We had about
one,
8
yeah.
different like one, you can get 8 to 10 different ways to score. You can score in the post, the mid range, 3 different options for 3-point shots. Someone can cut to the basket. Like someone probably gonna get fouled.
Right.
It's like even if you ran one, reverse it. Like Derek know what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
it's that's not how the game is now. So it's like putting that back to the conditioning. Realistically, Luka is playing up to the standard of what the NBA is today. So it's like that goes back to what Quincy said of, Magic is looking at through the, them old school eyes, all respect to him.
Right.
But it's like, okay, tying in what everybody said, the best conditioned person is gonna get tired if you play them the whole second half of an NBA game.
And
As
to be honest, bro, the top scorers is probably the best conditioning motherfuckers in the league anyway, bro. You know how the defense that get that get brought to you every single game, and you still have to go out there and give 30 points on these motherfuckers. These
Yeah.
motherfuckers bring a double teams to you, triple teams to you. So if you call that out of shape, I don't know what in shape is. I
I
would
don't know
never
what
be in
in
shape
shape
at this
is.
point. I would never be in shape at this point. If that's out of shape and he's still dropping 30 on these, nah, I'm with it. I don't need to work out no more.
No, it's just I think that the in shape argument it's fair to a degree, but then because it's fair to a degree when we're talking about your health. You know, it's like
Yeah.
talking to Zion about
Like
being in shape.
Zion
That's
is the best
different
example.
because we're not just talking about you playing, we're talking about your livelihood.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
always hurt.
like Deion Waiters when he came back to Miami and they told him, hey, yo, pack your shit and get out. Like, no, like we have a standard here of you being in shape, as well as we know we in Miami. We know what's out here. So we need to know, hey, if you go out and drink tonight, your ass better be at practice the next day because we know where we are. But it's one of those things where it's like if Luka can kill a box of donuts, like a whole dozen, still show up to practice, and then fly out and go play in the game the next day and give us a triple double, and now we the third seed. What am I fussing about, really?
Yeah. It's just it's the accountability thing. That's like the story of Kobe saying to his teammates, yeah, I'll go out with you as long as you come to work out with me in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that, just being accountable for what you got, you know what I'm saying? Your job. Like you're a
Mhm.
professional basketball player. Let's act like professional basketball players.
I think Kobe was on the wall the whole time. He wasn't really turning up.
Yeah, you know, Kobe,
Now,
Kobe was in the back chilling, bro. So Kobe won't do
Yeah.
that
Kobe
shit
won't
back then.
celebrate
on the
unless you
wall,
Look,
won,
Kobe,
like
look,
the
Kobe
chip.
been, Kobe
He had
been
one
through too
drink.
much in his life, bro. He was in the back chilling. He ain't talk to nobody. He won't trying to catch no more cases out of this
And
motherfucker.
nah. Yeah. Kobe
But
wasn't
you know,
trying to
and
do
it's even
none of
it's
that.
like John Wall was in great shape, but when and during his Washington time, but he was in Maryland at the club damn near every night. But they didn't care because that 14 to 16 time, he was third or second in the league in scoring.
Gilbert Arenas.
James Harden
His
was at the
stories of
strip
Gilbert
club every
Arenas.
night.
Yeah.
His stories Gilbert
It-
Arenas having DC lit.
yeah.
And
I
he know
think
you know what he
you gotta
did.
know your personnel. Like
You gotta know your
you gotta know your
personnel.
personnel, and you gotta be able to be that kind of coach and say, "Hey, listen, I know John Wall be in the clubs throwing the blood. That's not what you can do. You not John Wall. You need to go to bed. So, like, hey, you
That's
know what I'm
funny.
saying? Like, you gotta know your personnel. Like, hey, I know Luka skipped a couple laps. You can't do that because Luka scores 30, you score 5. So you know what I mean? Like that we at that level now. Like this ain't Pee Wee ball. This ain't YMCA. Like we got to be honest with each other. Luka is our guy. This is what he does. This is his routine. You got to find yours. When you drop 30 for 5 games in a row and wake us all up, we can have a conversation. You and Luka can eat Lee's chicken or Popeye's chicken together. But right now, you got to run these extra laps.
But you know, too, Quincy, with that real quick, I didn't mean to cut off anybody, but like with that real quick, knowing your personnel also has to know with what they can do physically. Like adding to your point,
Yeah.
it's like who was it? Damn. It's brother we know, Day Day. Um Delquan Bigelow,
Oh,
great
you're talking about
brother.
Day. Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. He had a conversation one time with our basketball coach, and he said, Coach, I'm not a long distance runner. Because it's like he kept asking him how come, he wasn't finishing at a certain place when we ran our miles. He was like, I'm not a long distance runner, but when I'm on the court, I'm gonna give you everything. And it showed. It's like, no, like some guys aren't gonna bench 500. Like not everybody's gonna be Blake Griffin and can bench 500, squat 800, and have a 42-inch vertical. Like, and not everybody realistically is gonna be Allen Iverson and don't work out like that. It's like your body and someone's mind can only do but so much. It's like, bring this back to anime, like for me and Blerd, and Quincy, Goku, surpass your limits. But you also gotta be realistic as you know what your limits are.
Yep. Yeah.
But also to your point, like dropping like Luka could be out of shape and drop 30, but you can't. But also like I'll be watching the Club 520 podcast, like hearing T like
That's my shit, bro.
but there's so much politics. Like you could probably drop 30 any given night if you had that. They put the ball in your hand, but
Yeah.
I want to put the ball in your hand when Luka is the one dropping 30. So then it's like, damn, I could drop 32, but I just won't give me the option. So why do I got to do this work? And y'all not gonna give me the option to drop 30 when he gonna give y'all. You feel me? So I see why. So that's why I see where Magic's like if he could lead by example, then it would make the people who maybe could drop 30 but only dropping 5 because that's just how the politics is politics, and they'll still want to work out because they see, damn, Luka in the gym, like Kobe, like I said, like he in the gym, lead by example. Like, oh, we went out, but I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning. Come with me. I think like that's two in the same. Just because the
Yeah.
politics probably make it harder for. I think it's just the politics of there's so much politics that we that go on behind the scenes that we don't know
Yeah.
about.
Yep. I agree.
The game is way more analytical now too. Like they got all that jump, man. Like
Yeah.
I remember watching the 520 podcast too. I remember thinking like when Teague said something, he got traded somewhere, and they were like, "Yo, you got 10 minutes."
10 minutes. Yeah,
now.
like
It was just like, oh, like you've already calculated. Like I just got here, you've already calculated that. Like that's analytics. That's it's all kind of different now.
Remember, you said you got double for shooting a three. They said we would trade your ass. You shoot another three.
Hey,
facts.
they
You know how
threatened
crazy
Iman
that
Shumpert
is?
the opposite way. They told him to shoot more.
Facts.
You
Closing
step
thoughts
that
on this.
two-point- You step foot inside that art. You was playing in Pelican Bay.
Last thing I will say is like when it comes to conditioning, we can look at it in certain ways too, because like with Steph Curry, it was one season he put on some extra muscle and he shot terribly. And he said, I don't like being this heavy because it does affect my shot, and Luka, maybe he does operate at a certain weight. It's like, okay, I'm bringing up the ball. 9 times out of 10, the person guarding me is going to be 50 pounds less and about 5 to 7 inches shorter.
Yeah.
Maybe me being bigger, not all the time is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Not saying be out of shape and be fat, but it's like, I don't got to come in here slim and trim like LeBron, or I don't got to come in here and put on muscle like Giannis.
Because they play in the post. I'm not playing in the post. I'm a
Nah.
perimeter player.
He can't blow by nobody. So
Yeah.
he his weight.
And exactly, and that's the thing too. That's what gets him to the basket. And if he is at the post, it's because they put him in the dunker spot for a specific play. Because guess who's guarding him? Someone smaller than him.
Yep. Closing thoughts on this topic right here. We good. All right, man. Moving on to the finals, man. I think the last time. Of course, we had the first game, missed the second. So from game 3 to now, man, like, what y'all been thinking about the series?
And this is some great.
I already said Indiana lost game 4.
Yep.
That's
Bro,
all.
they needed that.
You had to win that shit.
They
I was
needed
at the
that.
club watching it, and that shit was intense as fuck. And they shot them, like you said, they shot themselves right in the foot. You had
Yep.
8 lead in the fourth quarter. You can't close that shit.
That's what I'm saying. It was similar to like game 1. Well, me and Aaron was talking. They're similar teams anyway.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I'm saying? They're
very
similar
accurate.
teams. They can go to that bench and have productivity on their bench. I think this series though, Indiana's bench has been saving them more more than OKC. So it's like, bro, when you're looking at that game 4, it's like they was up. I think the most they was up by 10. I think 10, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, similar to how it was game 1. I was like, it's still kind of a close game the way they're playing. And I said, watch OKC come back. And I said, if OKC come back, this shit is over. This shit is over. You have to win. You have to win on your home court, especially if you're up like that. You know what I'm saying? And OKC, I think we can all agree OKC is the better team. Of course, in the playoffs, Indiana has been playing out their mind. Yeah, I don't care what excuses people try to bring up, whatever injuries or this and that. Knicks was fully healthy, and they beat them.
Yeah, and
so
they shouldn't be the Knicks.
Yeah, so it's no excuses with that. But I'll let y'all. I'll let y'all.
They shouldn't have beat. They shouldn't have beat Cleveland.
No cap.
Them fourth quarters were crazy though.
Yeah,
crazy. Cleveland.
I think when you talk about the number 1 seeds, I always had Thunder. I always had Thunder going farther than the Cavs. I don't know. It was just something about the Cavs that I didn't. I don't know. It wasn't promising.
But the Cavs weren't injured. To be fair, they were injured.
Yeah, they were. But at the same time, it's was who Garland was injured. I understand that. But when what was it, Mobley and I think Hunter set out game 2, I was like, y'all just played. Like, What injury do you have that you have to sit out game 2 of the
Exactly.
playoffs just to come back game 3?
You better take an injection. What the fuck?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like,
Super soldier serum. I don't know, something.
yeah. So when I
for
seen that,
real.
I said, yeah, Cavs not winning this. I said they not even all in. Like, of course, like I don't know. Look, I don't know what they be having to do when they get injured and all the shots that they have to take to numb the pain and everything like that. But shit, you have to go out there and hoop, man. You have to go out there and hoop.
But
It's
nah, I
scripted,
think
man. NBA
I
is
think that
scripted.
my fault. You go, Quincy.
No, I was just talking shit. I said the NBA is scripted, man.
No cap. No cap. But I think this has probably been one of the better finals we've seen in the more
It's
recent
been
years.
good. It's been
It's
it's been
good.
good
Like
fun.
it hasn't been a team has this is the first time a team no it's been like a 10-point margin each game. Like a lot of playoffs has been blowouts. Like, oh, one team could blow out this game, they come back, blow them out. It's been good hoops from like the game was close from start to finish. And I think like these are two small market teams, so I don't think the NBA is like it's not as big as the final as if you had the Knicks and the Lakers in the finals. But I think like pure hoops, this is some of the best basketball I've seen as of late. Like just
Yeah.
pure. I was like, I can appreciate like how this final is being played. Whoever I didn't give two fucks about. I didn't even want to see either one of these teams. Um, I want to see Minnesota and Knicks, to be honest with you.
That's
Dude.
that's who I had in the joke. I said the Knicks was
Yeah,
gonna
so
win, and I
bad.
said Minnesota was gonna win.
But yeah, this is some great basketball. I'm not even a fan of neither team. I was like, damn, like I could go watch this.
Yeah, it's great basketball, and I don't use it. I hate using the excuse as small market teams because we don't say that about any other sport. We only say that about basketball, pretty much. And with the NBA being as big as it is, you can do something like to market this finals like it's supposed to be. Like when you look at the early 2000s, you look at the 90s, when you look at Indiana versus like Reggie Miller, and of course, well, that's a bad example because you had Jordan or whatever, but you look at like Detroit, you know what I'm saying, versus the Cavs or something, you know what I'm saying, like when LeBron was going against Detroit. Who else?
Last year,
Miami and Detroit.
Yeah.
shit, last
Like
year had better coverage. They had Metro
better.
Boomin performing the diss songs right before the finals.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't know
Like
what's going on this year. They just
you ain't
care.
really have no interviews. That's the thing. I haven't seen no player interview.
Me neither.
Usually you have player interview during the finals about the journey to the finals and everything. What's up, Q?
No, go ahead. Finish your thought. I can
No.
wait.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I haven't seen no player interviews or no anything like the lineups when they call the lineups. It's dry as shit. Like, bro, like these teams, like, yes, they're small market teams, but they're giving us like some of the best basketball we've seen, you know what I'm saying, in these finals, you know what I'm saying? So you have to do a better job. And then you wanna you wanna digitally pit the the Lombardi trophy. You go digitally pit the trophy
They
on the
did more
courts.
for the in-season tournament.
That's what I'm saying. You got
Exactly.
all these crazy courts for the tournament, and you can't do nothing for the finals. What is the real reason? You just mad that the Knicks didn't make it? You mad that LeBron we got out the first round? Like that? I think that's the real reason. Like I don't know. What's up, Q?
Or you was I think you was heading that way, and I talked to Aaron about this. I think that we're seeing a changing of the guard when it comes to the NBA, and I think the NBA hasn't they haven't chosen the next superstar. LeBron's era of getting back to the finals is done. Like LeBron will still put up great numbers. I'm not knocking that. The Lakers are not going back to the finals. LeBron is not winning another championship. Steph not winning another championship. KD done. We're seeing.
Unless he go to the Spurs.
I think even then that's an uphill battle. The West is
Nah, you right. You right.
that's a dangerous game to play out there. You know, Paul George, even, you know what I mean? Everybody's favorite. He's so smooth. He got highlights to fucking Sade songs, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the I think the folks that we grew up with we're seeing them
Phase out.
on the decline, and so now like we're seeing OKC come out of nowhere. Like OKC is, for lack of a better term, like OKC is not the sexy team, right? Like they got shy, but like they're Tyrese Halliburton, you know what I mean? Like that, like Indiana's not a cool team. Like they don't pass the eye test, as opposed to like Jordan with the Bulls, and he had Pippen and Horace Grant and Dennis Rodman. Like you know, Bulls is coming to ball, right? You know that they were a good basketball team. Miami, when they had LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, like that's a team. You know, this team is coming and they finna like put belt to ass. I don't know, like it's different. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's
No,
it's
you
a
are.
different feel. It's a
You make
different
it
feel.
You are.
Reggie Miller wasn't a superstar, but they still market him. The media is just inconsistent and weird as hell.
It's
Like you don't have to do
That's a
nothing
good point
crazy.
too. That's a fair point too.
You don't have
Yeah.
to do nothing crazy. Just market this shit. Like
that's it.
yeah, it's not hard. Get fucking I don't know Gucci to rap or fucking Scissor. I don't know something. It's like
Yeah.
they didn't give a fuck about nothing. They're like, man, let the motherfuckers play. We don't give a damn.
Literally.
I barely seen any legends come to the. Larry Bird was the coach of the Indiana Pacers. Why haven't
Fair.
seen him at the fucking game?
Only person I've seen
Fair
is Reggie
point.
Miller. That's the only person I've seen at the games.
Larry Bird
Reggie
was
Miller
the
and Spike
coach.
Lee.
Mhm.
Like, what are we doing this for?
NBA Finals should be trending. You know what's trending? Love Island.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Look,
crazy.
It's look, it's trending. I'm about to join the bandwagon because I see everybody
that shit
talking
is
about
good
this.
though.
That shit do look good. That shit do
Good,
look
though.
good. I ain't gonna cat to you. I might watch. I look. After we finish, I might turn that bitch on for real.
I gotta see what it's about. Like, what are y'all talking about? I gotta see
Yeah,
what
I
it's
gotta
about.
Love
watch
I
it.
gotta, I gotta tap in.
Look. I tell you. I tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you. I tell you. But that Spanish Love Island, that shit was twinning. That Spanish shit.
Yeah,
That
Spanish
shit was.
Love Island.
They got
Look.
they got multiple countries.
Yeah,
Wow.
that
Let's
shit
say
was.
like right
I'm,
now.
I'm not hip at all. I gotta tap
Me
in.
neither.
Yeah.
But
Aaron.
you make
Oh,
a
go ahead,
great
Q.
point though, because like remember, like when you said play introductions, I remember vividly when you see Ben Wallace come out. Like he got the afro.
They had the afro. They had the
signature
They
was
had
like
the big ass trophies.
he would bump all the
right
players
there.
in the line, and then
Fire coming
that build
out.
up at the end. Like we had to watch that. We weren't missing that series. What was it? It was Detroit versus LA, or I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Or maybe the Spurs.
It was either them or Spurs.
You didn't miss that. You watched Tim Duncan's boring ass walk down the line, shake everybody's hand. You know what I'm saying? But you watched, you know what I mean? Like, and nowadays we just see we don't even hear the national anthem. It's just
I don't blame them after Fergie. I don't blame them after Fergie.
it's just a tip off. Like
ridiculous, yo.
And
it's nothing exciting about the series.
I just feel like it's with it being a small market team, it's just not fair for them, especially with it being going to be one of their first championship. Somebody's getting their first championship, and the NBA just gives no fuck about that at all. Like it's still like whether you like it or not, I don't care about the viewership. It's still history being made. You should be glad that it's competition in the fucking NBA. A lot of years since I've been born, nigga. In the West, it was going to be either Kobe or it's going to be either Tim Duncan. In the East, it was always LeBron. Then it became Steph. Like we should be happy that we getting more people in the finals and it's becoming more competitive. We getting better teams. Like, come on, y'all. Like, what the NBA doing? Adam?
I agree. There's no reason why the BET Awards should be trending. A dating show should be trending. There's no excuses. Like if it's a smaller market, that means you should market it more than a bigger market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have it's not like you don't have the funds, you don't have the resources, bro. You're the NBA. You're global. Like, come on, bro. Like Halliburton did all these clutch ass shots throughout the NBA. That should have been You should have had a highlight clip just of that before the finals even came on. Like what are we doing? We dropping the ball on this.
That's a flaw of the NBA. We with the flaw they can't sustain when it's not Miami, LA, Boston, Golden State now. Like the NBA can't catch up. They don't have, and that's sad. Like you said, they should be able to market more. They've got the funds.
Yeah.
It's a global game. Why is it that just because OKC is playing Indiana that you can't like it? All of a sudden, nobody cares, and it was quick. With more, I guarantee you, more people watched the Knicks and the Pacers because it's a classic matchup, historic matchup, than folks who are watching the finals now.
But you can't market the MVP.
How
Like
many folks care that shot won?
that's crazy work. Can't market.
Also, side note, Shy got the best player shooting in the NBA right now.
Think so?
His shit fire. He got one of them shoes I wear
He do
outside
got-
of the court.
He do got some
Oh
fire.
no, LeBron's new shits is tough.
I ain't seen LeBron
The
stuff. But
straps.
Shay's shoe. I ain't gonna lie. I would wear. He's the first shoe like, I would wear that off the court. Like Jordan, like you wear Jordan off the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could make a fit with that.
I
In a minute.
seen it when his pops came on 520. I seen him with that shit on. He got some heat. He got some heat.
It's out of pocket for that.
He was out of pocket. I probably would have stole off on Pops. I ain't gonna even cap to you. I probably would have stole off on
Pops
Pops.
was wilding.
SGA would have probably had to see me too, because of course he got to protect the Pops. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna say, give me your girl so I can breed her. Like, no, nigga.
That's nuts. He said what?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
But I don't know how they got, but he said, yeah, give me a girl and I'll breed her and produce an NBA legend. I was like,
Yeah,
He must be divorced.
Yeah, you ain't gonna tell me that.
He gotta be
Tell me
divorced.
that.
I'm
But
calling the cops. You're going to jail. Like, what is?
yeah, I'll send you AQ. I'll send you the clip. I'll send you the clip of it.
it's crazy.
Switching.
Oh, I didn't get my answer.
What was your question?
Oh, hold on. I got you. Don't worry. I'm making this real quick. Indiana, Kung Fu Panda, or David Banner? OKC in six.
That's stupid.
David Banner.
They said David Banner. But that's kind of what I was switching to. What is game 6 is we recording is Wednesday currently, but game 6 is Thursday. What are predictions for game 6, and what do Indiana need to do to win this game at home?
I want a game 7 so bad. I want to see it get pushed to game 7. I think that would help the marketing because everybody loves a fucking game 7. It's do or die for everybody. But I think Indiana's gonna come out scrappy usual. So we're gonna see them winning depends on their bench production and if Holly can actually put his imprint on the game. If he's hurt and he can't, I don't think he should play because it's gonna take away from other shot makers that can produce because he gonna have to touch the ball eventually. So I think if he hurt, I understand playing. If he can play through it, of course. But if he's like we've seen with KD, like, but he had sword next game Achilles. You don't want to see that happen. So if it's severe, sit him because if y'all were to win this game and then somehow win the final and then you don't have your superstar player for the next year that got you there, it's gonna be hard for the fans to buy back in. Like you're gonna be a lot of fans want to see you repeat. I mean, granted, it hasn't been a repeater in like 6 years, but the money maker is like, oh, we have a person that got us here making these clutch shots. He's out for the season because he tore his Achilles and probably won't even be on a crazy play. It'd be on a
simple shit.
Running down the court, rolls, but then pop this shit. So I think Indiana's bench has to keep up the pace, and the starters just have to basically maintain. That's how I'm looking at it, because their benches, like you said, been saving our asses a lot of the time. Like TJ McConnell is coming in being a straight fucking playmaker off the bench.
Yep.
Obi Toppin coming in hitting corner three. I didn't know he could shoot like that until this series. But they cashing through, I'm like, damn, then the dude could just dunk. So like
That's a
I
fact,
think
though.
Nah,
I think their bench got to keep up the production, and then they have to stay out of that foul and turnover trouble. That's really be cooking them. Them turnovers.
It'd be dumb, bro.
You know,
That turnovers in the lat, that shit was stupid, bro.
yeah.
Like Nimhard just, yeah.
But he threw it at me,
but
and I was like, "Damn, I'm about to catch the ball."
he was just throwing that junk. Q.
I don't know, man. I think if I feel like if Halliburton doesn't play, I don't see them winning. And I think it's because they lack.
Like that,
I feel like they play sloppy when Hallie's not in the game. Like I watched them in the other day, and I'm just like, it's a lot of turnovers. Like this game is like this game is weird. Like this game is sloppy. Like I don't know. So I feel like for Indiana to pull this out, they're gonna have to like really tighten up on their ball protection, on their efficiency. Yeah, the last game was just was like they don't it felt like they didn't care.
Yeah.
They were willing to drop a game. It felt like to me.
Because they took the starters out a little over, well, like around 2 minutes left in the game last game. I think it
You
was
know what I
only
mean? Yeah, like that type shit just kind of felt like what are we doing here? And it was like that kind of sloppiness throughout the game. And I feel like well, this is just my personal take, and this might be a hot take. They got a little bit too much faith in Pascal Siakam.
I'll comment on that when it's my turn.
I don't think Pascal Siakam is the guy they think he
I'll
is.
comment on that. Blurred.
I don't think Indiana has been playing that bad other than the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should play their bench earlier and just double team Shea. Just double team him, bro. They can't figure out like how they want to guard him. And Nimrod, how you pronounce it?
Nimhard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's a great defender, but
yeah.
you can't contain him. You can't contain him. So whatever you're gonna do to play him, just commit to it. If Jalen Williams drop 40 again, bro, just shake the hand, bro.
Let it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Let it happen.
you want
Yeah.
him to shoot the shot.
You rather him get the 40 and Shea not get 30. What Shea had 34 still last game? Like,
Yeah.
I'll say their game plan is not bad. It's not bad at all because every game has been close other than game 2. But if you're gonna play SGA, bro, just commit to it, bro, and stop hesitating when you're open. Shoot the goddamn three. If you're
Facts.
open, shoot the shit, bro.
Facts. Aaron.
I got Indiana in 7.
I hope
Indiana
I really
7.
hope that. That's what I want to see.
We got 2 Indianas with 7. Q, what you got?
Indiana in 7. I
Indiana
go
7.
with you. Yeah. Because I can see them if they get it right, they can win. If they get it right, they can win. Like you said, double team shot. But yeah, make bro score 40 again. I dare you. Score 40 again.
Facts. Aaron, what's up?
All right, look. I had to grab the mic this time. I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. I know I already gave my spiel about OKC in 6. I'm still saying OKC in 6. But if they're not in 6, and then OKC in 7. I don't want Halliburton to play, not for the fact because I want OKC to win, but because everybody who has had the injury that Halliburton has tore their ACL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not worth it. It's
There's been
not
too
worth
many
it.
too many ACL tears
Like
too.
in all seriousness, I hate to say it, don't do it, bro. Like,
Injury?
Yeah,
What's his injury?
Calf strain.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, they tore
Everyone
the
who
Achilles, not the ACL.
Well, not ACL, Achilles.
Yeah,
That's what
Achilles,
that's
yes,
what he meant.
the Achilles. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Everyone who's had a calf strain then plays through it, tears their Achilles.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do it. And like I'm being completely real. They have a better chance of making it back next year if they just lose this year. Like I think that has to be an agreed thing of like we're not gonna go in and just take it, but Hallie, you not playing because we could be right back here next year because Giannis' future is uncertain And even then, the Bucks still got work to do. New York, they in shambles because realistically the team is torn because of how Tibbs was fired. You got some players who liked it, some players who didn't like it. Then other than that, Boston's gonna have to find a way to acquiesce without Tatum, and Orlando done got reloaded. Other than that, who's your competition? You got a big ass chance to make a big push next year to still get back here. Don't do it. Like, don't risk that man's health. Let him sit, recover, and if we lose without him, damn, we'll be back. If we win without him, cool, we'll still be back.
Yeah.
OKC in 6.
I tore my Achilles, yo. That shit no joke.
You did
That
for real?
shit is yes, I got the surgery on my left foot. That shit is no joke.
Well,
That
how
shit-
long was the recovery for you?
Yeah.
For me to play basketball again, probably a year. A year. But to be confident playing basketball, say a year. Because I
Gotcha.
could play like in 8 months, but that shit's in the back of your head. That shit
Mhm.
and the
I like- yeah.
recovery.
That shit's in the back of your head. You
therapy.
just roll your ankle.
Yeah.
And Jason
That's a fact.
Tatum, like
Shit.
he's tall, he's slightly he got a decent handle. He's light skinned. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Oh my God, that's a fact. Damn, I guess I can get my prediction.
Yeah, what you got?
All right, we got. All right, so if Halliburton is out, I got OKC in 7. I got OKC in 7. I think despite if Halliburton is out, for the next game, I think the Indiana crowd is just incredible. It's just incredible. So they're bringing energy. They're bringing energy, and the team will be able to feed off of that. Now, I don't think Nimhard moving to the starting one would be too much of an issue, and having maybe Mathurin in the starting lineup. As long as TJ, as long as TJ coming off the bench, like, and giving that energy off the bench, I don't see the issue. I don't see the issue. With the Pacers not winning this game. Like you said, I think Pacers has done a great job. Of course, he gonna get his numbers regardless. But they have done a great job at least putting that pressure on him, full court defense, and at least, kind of tire him out. And I will live with Jalen Williams getting 40 as long as Shea only dropping 20. As long as he only dropping 20, so not denying him the ball all game. But the thing with OKC, and you talking about double team, I was saying that too. The thing with OKC is, like, they play that 5 out or 4, at least 4 out every single time. So it's when you trying to 1-on-1 versus Shea, it ain't gonna work out. Even Jalen Williams, bro, I ain't gonna lie. What's his name? Neesmith.
Mm-hmm.
He been bodying him every single time, bro. Like, they gotta get him, and he be flopping. Like, bro, it's the finals, bro. You got to man up. You can't keep falling out of bounds, think you're gonna get a foul call every single time. No, bro. Like, stay in front of him. But I would live with Williams getting 40 and Shea not producing at all. Because when Shea is going, that's when everybody else is going for real. So, but yeah, I got OKC at 7. I think when you look at the last game, especially because they was down by 2 with like a little over 8 minutes left. A little bit 8 minutes left in the game, bro. And I seen that turnover that they did, and I was like, bro, I said, yeah, this is over, bro. Like, you fucked up the momentum after that. And then it's like they're playing horizontal instead of vertical. Like, they're not making any type of move to get to the basket. Like, when Halliburton, of course, he was hurt, but you played 34 minutes, my G. You played 34 minutes, my G, and you only got 6 shots up. You was 0 for 6, and you only gave us 4 points. Like, if you hurt, bro, I don't care if you the star or not. Go sit on the bench.
Yeah.
McConnell was McConnell was doing good, bro.
Yeah.
And when he went back to the bench, I don't know if he was tired or what, but for him going back to the bench and only coming back in just because y'all gave up the game, like I don't think that's acceptable as a coach. And of course
But
I'm not
Derek,
an
I got a
NBA coach.
question.
What's up?
If Halliburton out and McConnell start, who's McConnell's sub?
I don't see him starting though. I don't see
Then
him
who's
starting.
starting?
I don't see him starting. That's why I said put Matherin in. Because you
Okay,
gotta think about it. Halliburton and Nembhard is the same position anyway.
Yeah.
They can't really, I don't see any of them being a good two guard. Like they both really need the ball in their hand to, to facilitate and everything like that. And then you put Ben in a two position, let him cook. Like, I don't even know why y'all didn't even play him a lot last game after he just had the game that he had before that. Like,
Game 4, right?
why we keep switching, minutes? What was working before, keep cooking with that.
Yeah.
And then you have
I think it was game 4. I think it was game 4. I was like,
yeah,
Matherin just had the game of his life in game 3.
game 3, yep.
Play him in game 4.
Yeah, it never made sense to me. And then, but you talking about backups, they started putting Shepard in. They started putting Shepard in to play defense on Shea. And like you said, they've had a good game plan defensively.
But then
Shea,
but then that's the problem too, is Indiana's trying to load up so much on defense, you sacrificing offense. And now that's when a Pascal Siakam is needed. But for Pascal Siakam to make up for that lack of offense now, because you have 3 guys out there who only gonna give you 8-10 points total. Siakam got to give you damn near 50 for y'all to win.
But I was
And,
gonna comment
and
on that.
Pascal's not that guy.
I was
Pascal's
gonna comment on that with Q. Pascal, even though he got the Eastern Conference MVP, bro, it's like, bro, when you looking at his game, bro, of course he can have games where he can go for 30 or whatever like that. But when you really looking at it, he had it was a couple possessions where he had Hardenstein on him. I'm like, bro, if you don't abuse, like, bro, get a bucket, bro. Like, why are these people locking you down? And sometimes he'll get the ball close to the paint with a smaller defender
He'll pass it out
on him, and he'll pass it back out. Like, bro, get a bucket, bro. And like,
because at his core, Pascal's a fundamental player.
He don't, but yeah, and
he don't have the tools.
He don't really have the tools like that to create a shot like that. And he keeps stop shooting threes, bro. Like I haven't seen a 3 made yet that you shot, bro. Like, stop shooting threes.
He had a big one last game.
Yeah, he had one to take to go give him like cutting it to 1, but that's the only 3 I seen. And I was like, damn, that's a big 3 though. I thought when they hit that 3, I was like, ooh.
He got to be 1 for like 25.
But we talk about him, and I don't even know how bro is still on the team. Well, shout out to him. Miles Turner got to do more. Miles Turner got to do more.
He look out of shape, yeah.
I think him and Chet, that's a bad matchup. That's a bad matchup for Miles, in my opinion. Like, Chet, he's too tall for him, and he has the shooting ability. And I think he's quicker. He's quicker than Miles Turner, in my opinion.
It's like
Miles can probably body him in the post and stuff like that, but he's not really in the post. He might get 8 rebounds here and there, but he ain't giving you no 10 rebounds like that.
And which is crazy because it's Chet's good. Chet is not like a dominant big. Like,
Chet is really a 4. Chet is really a 4.
Like, I'm not letting, if I'm 7 foot, I'm not letting Chet Holmgren make me in the playoffs. I'm not letting Chet do me like that,
bro. I need Miles to do. I need Miles to do more than what he's going to be. If Halliburton is out, he's going to be that key piece. He's going to be that key piece. Miles got to do more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts on that. We got 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's 3-2.
3-2.
No, 3-2.
3-2. It's 3-2. 3-2. All right, man. So we're gonna move into our last segment. of this episode, reaching or teaching. And for this one, it comes from Stephen A. He had a comment on Giannis, pretty much calling him an underachiever. And I'm gonna play the audio for y'all so y'all can hear.
Career if he doesn't win another title.
Underachiever. Underachiever. I'm gonna tell you why. It's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Over the last 4 years, minimum 200 games, Giannis, second in the league, 30.4 points per game. Fifth in the league, 11.7 rebounds per game. Fifth among qualifiers at 58% from the field. And 9 All-NBA selections in his career, 9 All-Star selections, and top 10 finishes in league MVP voting 9 times. And he has more of that in postseason series wins. That's unacceptable. It's not his fault. I'm not in any way pointing to him or what he's not doing. I'm saying that you don't look at somebody that dominant, that fantastic, with that kind of fire in his belly to compete on a night in, night out basis, and all you have is one championship to show for it.
What?
All right, so before we get too deep in the conversation, I'm just gonna go around to everyone. Is Stephen A. reaching or teaching
Reaching.
when he made this this statement?
Reaching. He got crossing the cross, the cross. He reaching, boy, grasping for air.
That goes back to the analytical stuff that we talking about, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a reaching an unfair. It's an unfair assessment, to be honest.
I think he's caught up in the era of Jordan going back to 6 finals, LeBron going back to XYZ final. In the last 7 years, there has been a different team, and I think that's the way the league is heading. Because I don't think the super team is going to be the one that wins it anymore. I think it's going to be the bench. Can you construct your bench to take over when the starters are out? That's going to be the new wave. So it's going to be who has the best benches in the league. And I think that super team era is on its way out. I mean, I always love to have more superstars, but I don't think that's gonna be the X factor. No, it's gonna be how your bench plays. Because all good if your superstars can score you 80 points, but your bench come in and score you 5. You're still gonna lose 112 to 85 at the end of the game. So you can't judge Giannis of not making to the finals if that's not going to be that's not the way the league is trending. I think Giannis gonna get at least another 1 or 2, if you ask me, to be honest.
Aaron, reaching or
I'm
teaching?
gonna be completely honest. I think Stephen A is teaching. And I only say this
You wouldn't be Aaron if you wouldn't say that.
Because
you wouldn't
Giannis,
be Aaron if you wouldn't say that. I know my boy. I know my boy.
I'm only saying this because Giannis himself has said it. Giannis himself has said if I don't bring another one to Milwaukee, then I underachieved. He said it 2021. He said it 2022. So I'm going off of what the man himself we're talking about has said. If I don't do it, I underachieve. Now, is it fair to say that it is an underachievement if we're looking at it from the outside in? Nah, because he has had a great career. Everything that has been listed from his accolades that Jay Will did. And can I say this real quick? I don't like the way Jay Will argues. Jay Will use straw man arguments, and those arguments are not good. He does. He used straw man's arguments. It's like, oh, so since Giannis underachieved, that means I underachieved, and that means Kareem underachieved, and that means blah, 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 blah. I don't like arguments like that because they don't get anywhere. Now we're just causing big problems. He uses a lot of straw man arguments. It's fair to say it is underachieved because of what his talent was. We can be real. KG underachieved. You only got 1? Come on. Like, let's be real. Who was it? Goddamn.
I disagree. But
Charles Barkley underachieved.
I could say that he should have
Like Charles Barkley underachieving. He also has an MVP. He's also been to the finals. He's also recognized for his skills and talents in the same manners, just like Giannis. So it's like we can fairly say that some people have underachieved and are still great. Two things can be true at the same time.
Gotcha. Blerd.
I disagree completely. I think he overachieved. He was drafted what,
That's fair.
15th overall pick?
15? I think 15.
That's
15.
like right outside the lottery or like in the
The
lottery?
lottery is the first
No,
14.
lottery is first 10.
Okay, so
Oh,
he
first
was
10. Oh,
Yeah, lottery is
he was-
first 10.
I thought it was
look,
first 14. My bad.
I thought it was all, the first one, but it's the first 10.
So he was projected to just maybe make a roster. Did you see his scouting report when he got drafted?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
they tore him up.
he won an MVP, Most Improved, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP,
Oh,
and a championship with what, 50
look,
years?
look,
He-
I got the
50
stats
years.
right here. Let me read it out for you.
He's
NBA
overachieved, yo.
NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, MVP 2 years,
Mhm.
Defensive Player of the Year 1 time, most improved, 9-time All-Star, 7-time first team All NBA, 2-time second team All NBA, 1-time All Defensive, 4-time All Defensive first team, 1-time All Defensive second team, All Rookie second team, and then of course if you want to count the cup and champion, yeah, if you want to throw that in.
He's overachieved, but I think the problem with guys like Stephen A. Smith, going back to I forgot who said it, but Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron spoiled us. We think that's a
That's
standard.
that's the
Mm.
problem, bro. That's the
Like,
problem.
That's
these
fair.
guys are godlike athletes, which we're never gonna get probably for another million years, if I'm be honest. But they spoiled the Stephen A. Smith so much that they, oh, you can do that too. Oh, you can do that as well. No, Giannis overachieved. Ain't nobody thought he was gonna do what he was gonna do. Now I can see if LeBron done some shit like this. Oh, he completely underachieved. Giannis had no expectations to be an MVP, Finals MVP, champion, All-Star, All NBA. I think he's overachieved.
His ceiling was getting most improved as an achievement.
Yeah.
So I think that's fair. My fault, Derek. Go ahead.
So it's no, I was going to say like, well, I got 2 questions. First thing is if we're gonna say Giannis is underachieving if he doesn't win a ring again, is Jokic underachieving after being a 3-time MVP,
Second round pick.
second round pick? Like, is that underachieving too? And then my second question is, because it really started with LeBron, I feel like, with the LeBron debates, has ring culture damaged NBA conversation, like the NBA conversation? Has
I don't
ring
think-
culture? You don't think so?
No, because how we look at Allen Iverson, he's a legend to all of us. He's never won a ring.
Yes. Never. Yeah.
I think when you're in the moment, you just don't appreciate it until it's gone.
Mm.
I agree.
That's fair.
That's all.
I agree. No, I agree with
That's
that. I agree with that. I think Stephen A is reaching. I think he's reaching specifically to that point right there. Is like, it's with basketball being a team sport, like, I think conversations have to be a little different. Like, we can't talk about players individually like we would talk about a tennis player, any of those sports that is only one person, like swimming and all of that stuff like that. Like, with basketball, it's a team sport. It's a 5 people have to be on the court at one time and produce and play their role, I should say. Giannis, like, I agree, overachieved. The Bucks haven't won in what, 50 years or something like that before
50.
they won. So before Giannis, in order for Giannis had to become what he became in order for the Bucks to win again. So you telling me that man underachieved because he hasn't won a ring again? They probably won't. If he leave, while y'all sit here talking, if he leave, they probably won't ever win a ring again. If we're being honest, because who's going to Milwaukee?
My,
You know
my,
what I'm saying?
my only criticism of Giannis is you can't lose in the first round 3 straight years.
That's one thing.
Like
You
underachieved
got to
with
give him
that.
grace. You got to
Yeah.
give him grace because he was hurt. You have to give him grace. Maybe not, you know what I'm saying, past year, but I mean, Dame got hurt this past season. So, but you got to.
And another thing I want to add on, boxing and tennis are individual sports, and no one kills them for not winning championships or the #1 trophy or whatever the shit called.
It depends
Exactly.
though, because I
They
say
don't get killed.
it depends because it's like I played tennis in school and I watched tennis. People were like tennis fans avidly were killing Naomi Osaka because she didn't like not outside of the whole mental health thing. It was like, damn girl, you that good? Like, come on now. People were doing it to like my favorite tennis player, Andy Murray. People were doing it to Rafael Nadal. Like, especially because he's dominant on clay courts, and clay courts are mostly played in Europe. And he's Spanish. That's what they play on. He's the king of the clay. It's like, damn, you lost to Roger Federer. This is your domain. So like it does happen in individual sports, but it's not magnitude like team sports.
Okay.
Because it's like the people they say they do the same thing for Lamar Jackson. They say, Cuz got 3 MVPs now. And they say, and some people saying his tenure in Baltimore is a failure.
Yeah, they do.
It's hard to win at that level though, yo. Like that's luck, preparation, skill. Like it's hard to win at that level. And the only ring culture I feel like is a moving goalpost sometimes. You know what I mean? Like we pull that we pull out that argument when we want to separate LeBron from Jordan, but we throw it away when, you know what I mean, when we talk about Giannis. I do think that the relevant argument definitely is team sports for sure. I think as great as Giannis is, it's a different league. It's difficult. Giannis is going to be, for me, Giannis is going on that Mount Rushmore of big men. You know, I won't say top 5 ever to play the game, but Giannis is definitely going on that Mount Rushmore of big men for the foreseeable future.
I think when it's said and done, he'll be top 5 power forward.
Got him.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'll definitely be up there for that. I don't know. I mean,
I just don't think it's a fair. I just don't think it's a fair argument,
right,
with certain people. Of course, Giannis is a great player, but I feel like those conversations need to be had only with if you're in the GOAT conversation or if you're in the top 5, the top 10 conversation. Like,
yeah,
like when you talk about the Jordans, like when you talk about the Barkleys, you talk about the Carmelones and the John Stocktons, and it's not their fault they had to run against Jordan.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's true,
these
but if the
people.
person believes that they underachieved, then that's their belief,
But-
because
but
Giannis has said it.
I was
Sure,
gonna
sure.
agree. I was gonna agree with that too. What you said is like, if they personally, if it's on them, yes, I agree. But the outside looking in, no, bro. Like, you did all you had to do in that market. You did all you had to do for that team, and you led them to a championship, and you won it, and you became a 2-time MVP. You became a defensive player of the year, bro. It was like,
Yeah,
bro, once again, it goes back to team sport, bro. If people claim that this era of basketball is better than previous eras, then of course it's going to be different champions every year. Like, if it's going to be great, it's great players all across the league. So you telling me, like, you got, like, what's the name, like the top 10 player? You got Ant in the league, Shea, of course. Shea probably about to win one, but you got Shea, you got Luka, who hasn't won yet. Who else hasn't won yet? Mitchell.
yeah, Donovan Mitchell, yeah.
If Tatum only win one, Who else?
Mhm.
Name Jalen Brunson,
Yeah.
Cat. Like you have all Embiid, who is an MVP. But he can't stay healthy. You have Ja Morant, Zion
Morant.
Williams. Like you
got-
have all these, you
got
have
so
all
many-
these great
yeah.
players in the league currently that may not ever win a ring. But that's not going to take away from that talent. That's not take away from the accomplishment, individual accomplishment that they have. Like so if you're gonna say team accolades as part of your individual achievement, then I don't think that's a fair I don't think that's a fair conversation.
But sports aren't fair, Derek.
You
I hate to be that guy, but sports aren't fair. Like realistically, it's we can talk about those team accolades and those individual accolades. Like, look, like Patrick McGraw has 3 rings back to back. Robert Horry has 7 rings.
Mhm.
Like, but we don't have them in those conversations. But it's like, well, why not? And then it's the same thing with, like, Stockton, all-time leading assists and steals leaders, been to the finals. We don't really talk about him either. But it's just like that's the nature, because winning isn't guaranteed in sports. Winning is never guaranteed in sports. And I think that that's one thing that does help the argument that it is reaching. But it's also one of those things where it's like, if I do believe that I did not do enough in my career, I still believe that. Like, you hear Gilbert Arenas talk about things like, oh yeah, I should have did this. I should have did that. Like, almost every athlete will not be satisfied with their career. Like, whether if it was cut short, whether if it was fulfilled. Like, the only people who probably are genuinely were fulfilled with their careers are LeBron, Kobe, and Mike. Maybe, or Magic Johnson too.
And Steph.
And Steph.
Yeah.
Draymond too. But you got Kevin Durant. He ain't gonna be satisfied with his career. Let's
But
be
don't-
real.
Don't
But it's
tell
like,
me I'm an underachiever if you know I'm going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm.
Top 75.
well,
Top
but
75
and
active.
that's I was like, and I get it. It's like that's where it can get dicey, or like it can get unfair of like, no, I'm saying you underachieved. But if you yourself have said it, that's the point I'm speaking from, is you have said it. If I say that I did not do better, that's on me. And it's like, okay, well, you said it. Cool. Let's let it be.
Do
But
y'all
did
think
Giannis?
Shaq underachieved?
Hmm?
Y'all think Shaq underachieved?
Yeah.
Yes.
He don't think he
Yes.
did though. But he don't think he did.
But he don't think he did. But
But look,
Shaq
but
did
this-
underachieve.
But it's another it's another element that we're missing, and Polo brought it up earlier in the episode when you talk about politics.
Mm.
If we're saying underachieved, I say Kobe is an underachiever because he only got 1 MVP. I think Shaq could have had more MVPs. I think Kobe should have had more MVPs. Like Steve Nash need to call
He need to
for
get
one
both of them up, because
Yeah,
one is
he need to
Kobe's
get
and
both
one
of
is
them
D
shits
Wade's.
up.
Like he need to call for those MVPs
You need to get both of
respectfully.
them up and go put them at Kobe gravesite, because that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So you look at stuff like that when you talk about the politics of the NBA, where after Kobe had that incident in what was that, 03 or 04,
Mhm.
he wasn't in good grace with, like, they couldn't make him to face no more of the NBA after that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But his work ethic, his play, and him you know what I'm saying, making his image better over the years helped him be in good grace again with the NBA, and then him being on the Olympic team in 08 and everything like that, leading the team to a gold medal, that helped them. So now they have no choice but to say, hey, all right, Kobe, here, get this MVP.
Yeah.
Get this MVP. So it's a lot of things where outside of championships that politics play into as well. You know what I'm saying? The NBA that people don't really discuss. They'll discuss it, on some bullshit, but when they having these type of arguments like this, but they'll never bring up the politics doing type of arguments like this. So
no, and that's fair. That's fair.
Oh yeah, that's all I got. Anything else for this?
Oh, Stephen A put out a statement that he don't like LeBron James. I just wanted to say that
if he ain't gonna shoot the one, then he got to be quiet. If he ain't gonna shoot the one, he got to be quiet.
My feeling about Stephen A is this: I'm not a I like Stephen A, but what I've noticed about him is this. He throws out a hella strong statement, and then when somebody has a decent or knowledgeable or credible rebuttal, he walks it back and shifts his statement. Or if the person that he's talking about has a rebuttal that's worth listening to, he walks it back. And I feel like that's what we saw with this situation. I feel like I do agree. I think that Jay Will, his argument was interesting. I was with him until he brought himself into it. He was like, "Oh well, if that's the case, then you're calling me underachiever because I only won one at Duke." I'm not talking about you, nigga. Like,
I'm about to say he was barely in the league. I mean,
He was in the
got
league
hurt,
for 2 years.
yeah, like, and I think he would have had a great career, but that's tough. We talking about Giannis. You unfortunately had your career cut short. That apples and oranges, right? But I did notice, or at least I feel like Stephen A kind of walked back his comment when Jay Will was starting to make sense. That's my only thing about Stephen A. Like, stand 10 toes and be with it. And you're not gonna fight LeBron. Shut the fuck. You're not gonna, like you gotta stop that. Like for one, you're not gonna touch LeBron. Number two, that's not a good look for the community either. Like, chill, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even that deep. Like, you gotta relax.
But that's
Yeah.
why I was saying Jay will make straw man arguments, because it's like he brings up one small point that makes sense, but then he goes off the deep end with it. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now you kind of lost your leg to stand on because you taking it a whole route we didn't need to go to. Because it's like not to go on a tangent, that's what he was doing with Stephen A when they was talking about Kyrie being suspended back when he was in Brooklyn. But anyway, I think the reality is the media needs Stephen A.
That's the
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Like the media
I
needs
mean,
Stephen A.
Yeah.
Because Stephen A is more entertainment and
Yes.
bringing people to come look at the sport more than him dissecting basketball. Us diehard basketball fans don't like him, but I understand the business of it.
Yeah.
Right.
and-
For the TNT guys, Shaq doesn't even watch basketball games,
No.
but he's entertaining as hell and he's funny. I hate that shit as a diehard basketball fan, but as a casual, I completely understand.
Yeah.
TNT is a horrible show. They fall asleep in games, bro.
That's a
You
fact.
get
I think
paid to
I
watch
had that.
games, fall asleep, bro. It's crazy.
Yep, I had that. Me and Aaron had that conversation before. It's like we complain about we a lot of times we complain about the politics of basketball and everything like that. But when you talk about the Luka trade and all the politics that go into that, it's even though it's a lot of politics that go into that, it makes the NBA exciting. It makes you want to see what the fuck is about to happen next. But closing, I think people talk about, well, Stephen A, I should say, since we're on that, I think he's talking about individual accomplishment, how people talk about the basketball Hall of Fame. They don't look at the overall accomplishments of that person. Like when people talk about, if D Rose is a Hall of Famer or anything like that, they think the NBA is the only professional league in the world, and they don't look at FIBA. They don't look at the Olympics. Melo is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, all-time scorer.
No, that motherfucker got a lot of
I know
goals.
KD got 4.
Then Carmelo got more than that.
Nah, KD he just got the record because he
Oh, did he really?
yeah. Because Melo was 8. Melo. No. It's a tie. It's tied. I think it's tied now because Melo was 8, 12.
16.
No. KD got more.
Yeah.
Melo was 8, 12, and 16, and KD was 12, 16, 20, 24.
Damn.
He gonna play in 28.
That Olympics last year, that was amazing basketball.
That was some of the amazing shit. Bro, if y'all would have seen me in this goddamn living room, bro, when Steph hit that shit, bro, I know the neighbors was about to call the people on me, bro. I said, yo, what the fuck? I said, Steph going stupid, bro.
That comeback versus Serbia was crazy.
Crazy.
That shit was
Some of the best. That's some of the best basketball like that I've watched live. Like that was some of the that was good shit.
Hey,
And that's what I
look out
hate.
for France though. Look out for France
No,
though.
but look, we said France, but I was telling Aaron the other day, you may have to watch out for Canada. You may have to watch out for Canada, bro. Canada have three. They have three big men. Well, you have wasn't it Edie, Zach Edie,
Edie.
who's currently in the NBA now, and then they showed two other over 7 foot big men that they have that's not in the league, but they're only like they're
18.
no older than 18, so they're like what 28. They got 3 more years to develop. You know what I'm
They were
saying?
projected to win silver, but they just played bad during the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then
But
you still got Dylan Brooks on that team, still got SGA on that team, still got Lou Dort on that team. Like
Nembhard,
You
Catherine,
got Nimhard, you got Mathurin. Who was the other dude?
Andrew Wiggins,
Andrew
Andrew
Wiggins,
Wiggins. No, it's another dude. He was
RJ Barrett.
RJ
RJ
Barrett.
Barrett. Yeah.
Emmanuel
That
Mudiay.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team might. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna have to be on the lookout.
Because they got veteran NBA experience too now. If you added Andrew and Moutier ain't panned out, but he was in that league for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think
he
he's
won
still
that
he's still
guard.
playing professional. So
Yeah.
you got to look out. But yep, I know, man. We good conversation, man. I enjoyed it, man.
Sure, we gotta run this back.
Yeah, we definitely whenever we record again, I'll definitely hit y'all up, see if y'all available to join the conversation. I always love good hoop talk. Any closing thoughts on anything?
Um, I do want to say this though. Indiana, Kung Fu Panda, David Banner.
Oh, mute you,
OKC
nigga.
No, but I just want to say thank you to everybody who listens. Thank you everybody who just subscribes, who shares it. You know, we really do appreciate y'all. And of course, thank you for our guests for joining tonight.
Facts. Any shout outs for y'all? Y'all want to shout out anything, promote anything? Go ahead, let it out.
Y'all seeing this and work in college athletics, send me a job offer by tomorrow.
Q, anything you want to promote?
Yeah, man.
Shout out.
New York Giants won the Super Bowl this year, so we up.
Oh, I know you've been sipping on that hard shit. I know you've been sipping on that hard shit over there. You talk about something still winning the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna hate. My boys still got a long way to go. Even though
hey, we do
you know
too,
what I'm saying.
bro.
We got players on the boat with that pink stuff, so we regrouping.
That tussy?
We regrouping over here. Man, Blerd, any shout outs, any promotion you want to give out?
This was fun. I think we need a group chat, but
I'm with it, man. I could make it on the IG or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Talk cool, because I always send me and Aaron always send us stuff and have a conversation. So anybody want to join in on the hoop talk, I'm with it. I'm with it, man. But this is the conclusion of Regional Teaching. And once again, we want to thank everyone for, if you made it this far, we appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, leave a comment, give a whatever feedback that you have on the conversation that we had for this episode. We always appreciate the support that you give us. I don't really have any shout outs or anything like that, but like Aaron said, thank y'all for getting time out y'all night. I know it's been a long one, but I enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully I ain't interrupt anything for the night. So but I appreciate it. But y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and we out here.